Charlie Daniels, sounding mighty fine. When I looked out on the dance floor, my heart skipped a beat. She was out there by herself, she was dancing all alone. Her boots were made of gator, and her hair was black as coal. My heart was a mess, she looked so sexy in that dress. I knew I was in trouble at that backwoods water hole. I knew I was in trouble, should have left there on the door. I should have, but I didn't. I had to make a play. I knew I was in trouble, but would she burst my bubble? I should have left that honky-tonk, but I made my mind to stay. When the band was down at break time, it seemed like a good time. She introduced myself to her, that lit my heart on fire. Well, I think the bartender knew I wanted to befriend her. He just shook his head, and I started to perspire. I took a whiskey to her table, I sat down right beside her. I said I liked her dancing in those gator boots she wore. She looked at me and took a drink, but never said a word. I felt a rush of cold air coming through the door. I knew I was in trouble, should have left there on the double. I should have, but I didn't. I had to make a play. I knew I was in trouble, but would she burst my bubble? I should have left that honky-tonk, but I made my mind to stay. Well, next thing I remember, her eyes were looking past me. Turned around to that table, looked out at the dance floor. He was 6'6" and angry. I made a quick decision. I grabbed my hat, made myself a beeline for the door. That's the end of this story about a barroom in Kentucky, a local honky-tonk, just a smoky.
Hi. Hey. Long time no talk. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey. So happy to be here for this fun stream that we're doing today. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun today. We have oh, it's 150 followers. It's a big stream. It's a big stream. It's a big stream. And when we hit 50 follower increments, we've kind of had, well, we've only really done this once before, but I like to do these kind of like viewer appreciation streams because honestly, I don't hit these milestones without you, the followers or the people checking in. So we're going to have some fun tonight. No NIS tonight because it is the Olympic break. So it's the perfect time to do one of these. And we are going to kick it off with some IndyCar fixed at Interlagos or Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. I think I'm saying that right. But yeah, we're going to kick it off with that tonight. And the way that's going to work is this race was, or this championship, or this discipline, I guess that's the word I'm looking for, was voted on by the people in the Discord. If you don't know, we have a Discord. Feel free to hit that invite button and come on in where the water's warm. It's beautiful. More than welcome to come and join us in the Discord. We also got, so the way that's going to work is that first vote was done there. Everything afterwards is going to be done here in the Twitch chat. And the goal is to try and race all 5 disciplines tonight, or 5 races, whichever one comes first. So it's a chance for you to see me drive some cars that I might not drive all the time, or drive something that I don't drive all the time. Like Dirt Oval or Dirt Road. You don't see me do that very often. This is one of the rare times where you get to see that. If you remember last time we did Dirt Oval, we got our butt kicked really bad, really, really bad. But yeah, so that's what we got lined up tonight, and let's get right at it. We are at Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. I think I'm saying that right. Let's go ahead and get out here. And this is fun because I went and saw Indy Cars over the weekend. Maybe I'll get into that. I haven't streamed since last Thursday. Feels like forever. It's been a whole calendar week since I was streaming last. And then I'm streaming on Sunday, and then I'm off for a week. Taking advantage of that Olympic break. Very much so. Let's get out here and run some IndyCar. This is a cool racetrack. And this is a cool car. So hopefully the combo together will put on some fun. Yeah, I went and saw Indy Cars over the weekend. I saw them in Toronto. They were at the Honda Indy, or as it's now known as, the Ontario Honda Dealers Indy. I went there and ran into a couple people that I know, which was fun. And had a blast. I like going to non-NASCAR races. I'm going to be going to my first NASCAR race in, like, before COVID, this September. But it's always nice to get to a racetrack, even if it's built in a city. And IndyCar is one of my favorites to go to in Toronto because the energy is unlike anything else. Like it feels like a party. Everybody's there for fun. Whoop, hang on to it. Readjusting my seat here. But no, everybody there is having a blast. Everybody there wants to have fun, and the people that go to it feel like they're having like the biggest party. I go to IMSA, I go to NASCAR, I go to IndyCar, I go to just about everything that comes near me. And IMSA's maybe the most educated fan base. NASCAR is probably the rowdiest. But as far as like the most amped is absolutely IndyCar at a street circuit. The energy they give is amazing. They are so into everything that happens. You may have saw the video of the big accident that happened where Santino Ferrucci went flipping outside of turn 1 after a pretty questionable Marshall situation. I was in front of a big screen for the race, and it was so much fun to hear everybody just go, oh, 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 like in a group, like reacting to it was amazing. And like every restart after that, there was 2 restarts late. There was a 10 to go restart and a 5 to go restart. Was amazing in the sense that everybody was clapping. Everybody was cheering when they got to the restart. It was so much fun. And it's just a vibe that, like, I don't think anything matches it in racing these days. Like being at a street course filled with people that maybe don't understand what exactly is going on, but are there for it. And I genuinely wish I wish everybody got the opportunity to experience something like that. So for those of you who don't go to street courses because of the view or whatever, go. It's worth it. Even if your view is not great, the energy and the aura around it is enough to get you to go. So I had a blast all weekend. Was a lot of fun. Big fan. Big fan of street courses. Go to them. Reska also was at a street course this weekend. That was also pretty neat. He was at a street/convention center track because he went to Formula E. Formula Electric. And yeah, people get into it. People really get into it. It's so much fun to, just be around people that may not know what's going on, but are there because they enjoy it. That's always fun. Is just kind of figuring out
1 minute 21.9.
what people love about racing in their first time. And that was another thing too, was I took somebody to their first ever race this weekend. They had never gone to a short track, they had never gone to a local track, nothing like that, and they had an absolute blast. The Friday we were there for practice, and he was straight up, like, he was telling me, you know, D, I'm a little, it was a little overwhelming, you know, the cars and the sounds and the smells and all that. It was a little overwhelming, but by the Saturday he kind of understood it, and then by the Sunday he was pulling up the leaderboard app on the IndyCar app on his own and checking the leaderboard on his own. I didn't have to pull him up for it, and he was having a blast. He was loving it, and he's already told me he wants to go next year, so I'm very excited about that. Hopefully 2025 we'll do it again, so that'll be fun too, because he'll have a year of knowledge on how to deal with the Honda Indy. But yeah, highly recommend. Even if you're not an IndyCar fan, go to a street course, go to an IndyCar race. You won't be disappointed. So this is not a street course. This is Interlagos. This is Brazil. This is the only Brazilian track on the iRacing service, believe it or not. It's the only one that matters, really. And we are running IndyCar Open, or IndyCar Fixed, to kick off our 150 follower stream celebration. Tonight's a celebration. We're not going to get too sweaty. We're just going to have some fun tonight. We're just going to drive some cars around and celebrate you, the followers who made this possible. It feels like yesterday we were doing the 100th follower celebration. That was all the way back in May, and we're already at 150, and it's July. So I look forward to seeing all of you in September for stream number 200. But no, like it's genuinely awesome to have, you know, so many of you check in, follow the NIS stuff every week, or watch TNI, or follow Ryan and I when we run IMSA Endurance. Be a part of your weekends, weeknights. It's genuinely humbling that you come in and watch my streams. I know I've been a little bit more absent the last little bit and not been on the same schedule as I normally am the last few weeks, but you know, it is summer, and I would like to enjoy my summer a little bit, and this is like the biggest. Unfortunately, they shove all the race cars in like a 2-week period for me. So after this week, or after next week, it'll be back to business as usual. But for now, I'm really wanting to not suffer some burnout. We got a long rest of the season left in NIS. Brickyard kind of ended on a bad note. Well, speaking of bad note, that was a bad note. But no, the Brickyard ended on kind of a sour note, you know, wrecking out with 4 to go. That did suck. But I got over it fairly quickly. I'll be honest with you. But we got a lot of fun lined up tonight, and I'm so honored that you could be a part of it. It looked like I was having a good run until the end at the Brickyard. Honestly, the run was kind of mid. We just kind of were like solidly mid-teens. Like we were like 15th to 18th for most of the day. We did get damage at one point, and we kind of fell back intentionally. Really logged laps for the most part until we got about 3.5 minutes worth of damage, got it fixed, and I really think we had a shot at a top 10 until we got wrecked with 4 to go in 3, and that was a real bummer. The guy, he owned up to it, like, basically right away. He apologized, but it's still, like, you know, you run a 3-hour race, and, you know, you get wrecked in the final 4 laps. It's not palatable. It's not fun. But I feel good about the rest of the NIS season. Richmond is going to be interesting. We got a top 10, or we got a top 5 at the last last road course we ran, so I'm excited about that. It's the first track we go to for the second time in NIS this season. If you remember, the first time we went there, Shane wrecked us and then became our friend. Maybe there will be a sequel to that. I doubt it. Shane's in another area code with iRating compared to me. But we'll have to see what we can do about getting a good finish when we go to Richmond in a couple weeks. But until then, it's the summer break. A little R&R doesn't hurt. It's nice to have it. But yeah, this is this car. I want to learn the IndyCar more. And this was even before going to see IndyCar. I love driving this car on road courses because it's such a challenge. It like basically invites you to drive it hard, but not drive it too hard. You have to respect it. It does have a lot of wheel spin if you're not careful on the throttle. And it's got some fun little gimmicks like the push to pass and the tire compounds. Now, granted, we're running Indy fixed, so we don't have to worry about tire compounds, but we do have the ability of running a alternate tire compound, which is faster but wears quicker, which is what we're running right now. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to drive these cars fast. They're cool as hell. They look like fighter jets on the ground. Real neat cars. I just think they're neat, honestly, personally. I just think they're neat.
29 laps still.
So yeah, we've got about 10 minutes before practice wraps up. Basically, the way that we're gonna do it is immediately after our race, or if Reska's still awake, I'm gonna put Reska on the. Whoa, got clipped. I'm gonna put Reska to work. He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to make a poll for what's the next race that we should do. As far as like, it will be oval, sports car, dirt oval, or dirt road. To keep it going. But yeah, this is honestly going back to why we're here tonight. It's just so humbling to have so many people reach out and talk about come in here and come in here and just decompress from their day and be entertained by little me. I mean, I'm just I'm just a autistic, crazy, non-binary person who loves racing and loves everything about it and tries to share their hobby with you. And the fact that you welcome me in is super awesome, and join the Discord and talk on the Discord, and we chat and we have great conversations all the time, and you indulge me with dumb things like, hey, here's my college football 25 stuff, or hey, here's these fits that I'll be wearing on stream in the month of August. It's awesome to have such a great community, and to meet a lot of you and to jump in your communities has been one of the highlights of my 2024. I don't like to get too self-referential on stream, but we I kind of came into this year wanting to kind of start doing this, and I started it as on a whim during the Roar before the 24 for iRacing, which is their kind of version of a Michelin Pilot Challenge 2-hour and 20-minute solo endurance race. And there was enough, and I was like, you know, I like making my little avatars in Vroid, but like I just make the avatars. There's no like, there's no reason for people to give a shit about the avatar if the avatar is on its own. And I remember posting pictures of it. I kind of like soft debuted, and like I had pictures of it, posted it to YouTube, like to Blue Sky mostly, and Twitter, and there was enough people asking, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, I mostly play iRacing, and there was enough demand by some that, you know, there were people interested in the Roar, so I started streaming with my Roar. And if you go back and watch that VOD, it's kind of funny to look at, even just back in January, how bare bones and crude it was compared to how it is now. We didn't have arms. We didn't have the arms yet. The arms came in April, but we didn't have arms. The scenes were like really thrown together and shitty. The frame sucked. Nothing fit on the frame. We didn't have any tickers. It was a real, like, sudden, crappy stream, honestly. Like, it was very bad. Like, it was very, like, oh, they're figuring this out. Best of luck to them type stream. And we fortunately won our Roar and almost won our Daytona until I went to bed, and then it kind of fell apart after halfway. But you know, then the NIS season started, and we started doing Tuesday night iRacing, and that was fun. And then we started playing some PS2 games and doing who knows what. We did a movie stream not that long ago. I'd like to do another one of those at some point. But there's so much that I'm thankful for, and honestly, the biggest thing is all you. You know, I kind of went from a community where a lot of people were there for the services I provided, because they got a benefit from it. I simply provided the venue for people to hang out. And then I started a team, and then I provided the setups for people to hang out, and I still do with Pixel Car Racing Team. But like, not to get selfish, because I don't like sounding selfish. I genuinely really do not, but it does come up in my mindset when it comes to this, is people are here for me. Like, they aren't here for, I'm providing a server, or I'm operating a league, or I'm setting up a team or anything. People are here for me, and people like me for me. And the fact that people like me for me makes me want to be able to do more me for all of you. So, like, I'm floored and honored by everybody's support, and I will always and continue to champion our followers. And don't hesitate to reach out. Don't hesitate to drop me a line on Discord. I usually reply fairly quickly. I love talking to all of you, so thank you.
You're moving down in P5
I appreciate that so very much that you will not understand. So thank you. So yeah, this is gonna be like an 11-lap race. I'm not entirely sure I'm gonna be pretty good at this. It was between this or doing the F4 Americas at Lime Rock, and I don't know the F4 enough, and I'd much rather race the IndyCar. I feel like we got more of a fighting chance at driving the IndyCar. By the way, if we get a positive iRating gain, we're likely going to get back above 4 digits for open wheel iRating. We're at a 996 because I'm not very good at these cars. Well, that's a lie. I'm kind of okay at these cars, but I just got screwed over by really bad Super Formula starts that just derailed my races, which was a shame because I like the Super Formula, but the standing starts don't play nicely with what I'm trying to do. So, not exactly easy going when we do a standing start race
Vector was fast.
in the Super Formula compared to these IndyCar races, which start with a rolling start, which I assure you is significantly funner to do. If you're wondering, these cars, no, they do not have the hybrid in them that everybody hates in the Indy cars. These cars in iRacing still do not have the hybrid element yet. Those will be coming in a future patch, I assume. I can't imagine them not being on the way, especially with having series backing now from IndyCar themselves again. Chances are these cars are going to be fairly up to date
About 20.09.
fairly soon.
Fast performance fuel. 19.1. Next time around.
Whoa! Everybody, it's third down. Right out the gate. This is an early raid. Oh my goodness.
Mount up, chat. We gotta defend the stream. Comrade Barrack has a 3rd and 14. Defense. Defense. Defense.
Football! Football! Capitals Looter Raid. Comrade, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for being a part of the 150 follower celebration. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much appreciated you. We did a football stream last week. We played the new College Football 25 on stream last week. Instead of doing TNI, we did some CFB 25. I love that game. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream it all that much because I don't know how many people would be interested in it. If I do stream it, I am going to wait till there's a patch because the Dynasty mode is kind of broken. And I want to rebuild the pack. So this is going to be deep college football talk for just a hot second. Please entertain me with it. My goal is to rebuild the Pac-12 with a fictional school from Anaheim, California. And I was going to do that. And I got it set up. And I did about 5 weeks of the Dynasty before I realized that they relocated my team to Alabama for some reason. So my team was in Anaheim, Alabama, which that's not California. That's not near California. So it really fucked me when I was scouting kids and I was like, hey, I want to scout this player in California. And it's like, oh, yeah, they're not really close to you. And I'm like, I'm in California. How are they not close to me? And then it turns out that they were not close. Yeah, they were very not close. So I'm waiting for the patch because I want to make sure the team builder stuff's right. And if there's enough demand, I might stream it. But I kind of don't want to stream too much CFB 25. I tried doing Madden streams and they like died to death. Nobody was interested. So maybe the CFB 25 stuff. People are really hyped about that game. So maybe that might be a better use of our time. Hey, it's race time.
Laps to go.
Let's go race. Let's go race cars. I would like to race cars. Are you okay with racing cars? I want to race cars. So this is race 1 of the night. You got here just in time. We are doing our 150th follower celebration. You see it up there at the top of the screen right there? Right there above the window. If you don't know, back at Chicago in when was that? Earlier in the month. Like it was July 4th. It was actually July 4th. We hit 150 followers mid-race, and I couldn't see it because I was busy concentrating on Chicago. And I got out of the race, and I had hit 150 followers. So this is me kind of celebrating that. I've noticed I'm very loud. Let me turn this all down just a little bit. There we go. All right. But yeah, we hit 150 followers then, and I said that we would do a celebration stream when we hit 50 follower increments. The last one we did like this was in May, and basically y'all get to choose what I race tonight. So if you stick around at the end of this race, Reska is going to toss up a poll for what I do next. Put like 5 minutes on it, and we will get back at it tonight with our fun racing here tonight. So very laid back, very fun night. We're not going to get too sweaty about things. We're not going to get super duper into the weeds on stuff. We're going to have some fun tonight. So I might shut up for a bit because I might have to concentrate, especially in this car. This car's hard. But yeah, that's probably the move. Actually, you know what, Reska? Put it up now. That's actually a good idea. Put up the poll now, so that way we got kind of a direction as to where to go when we finish this one, and then that way, when we're done, yeah, exclude Formula. We're not going to do Formula cars. This is our only Formula car of the race, or Formula car straight race of the stream tonight. So if you got here in time and you like Indy cars,
Green flag
do this.
AUT
So.
Bravo Jos Carlos pace. 8 driving. 33.367 left.
Hi, Dre.
The weather currently mostly cloudy.
Hi, Andrea.
69.1 Fahrenheit.
Nice.
84 on track. This is the only split.
Oh boy, only split. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. They're warning people about the 11. They're a dirty driver, apparently. Okay, well, we'll have to watch that. I'm used to streamers having to focus. Well, I try and focus a lot, but I also try and be conversational. I'm very guilty of being like, oh, I'm gonna focus up, and then I end up completely fucking just talking as much as I was before I was focusing up. So
let's get one in the bank first. It's 2 laps and 8 minutes.
So I try to. I really do need to concentrate driving the Indianapolis cars, because the Indianapolis cars are fast. If you don't know what this is what kind of car this is. This is the Dallara IR18. This is also known as an Indy car. These are the cars that race at the Indianapolis 500, and the cars I went and saw over the weekend in Toronto at the Honda Indy, which I was super... That was a fun weekend. Yeah, we are racing these. These have they have almost like 900 horsepower with a hybrid element. iRacing doesn't have the hybrid in it yet. 6 gears. They're like, what, 1,800 pounds roughly? They're heavier open wheel cars than like an F1 car. The series has interesting rules. It has a push-to-pass system on road courses. In iRacing, the way that it works is that you get 10 presses of the push-to-pass button per race, and that's it, which in an 11-lap race is pretty straightforward. You don't hit it on the first lap, and then you hit it on every single time down the front straightaway. It's disabled in their qualifying. And in the Open Series, we're doing the Fixed Series, but the Open Series, there are special tire rules where you must do 1 stint on the regular tires and then 1 stint on these Firestone alternate reds. These are effectively, if you are like a Formula One fan, the same as the primary is the same as like a hard in F1, and the reds are the same as a soft in F1. And you're required to run both tire compounds for at least 1 lap in each race. So that's also a real world equivalent. You have to do the same in the real world. So it's a lot of tire strategy in this series. This series also has refueling, which something that Formula One does not. It's a really cool series. If you don't know anything about IndyCar, I recommend checking it out. It's great. The Indy 500 is such an awesome race every year. I mean, 270, or what is it, 325? I think it's 325,000 people descend on Indianapolis every Memorial Day weekend for the Indy 500. And it's really been one of the best races every year. Full stop. Like, it is such a great race. Highly recommend the Indy 500 every year. All right. That's lap 1. Let's get lap 2. Let me focus up. I got a banker in.
You're leading. Right.
Oh, I ran off track, so this lap's not even going to count. Darn. Ran too wide of the curb. Hit off track. It's not even going to count. If you're a true Formula One fan who watched before the current tire rules, primary, prime, alternate option. There you go. 3 corners focus. Reska, I tried, okay? I tried. There was an attempt. I tried. I got distracted by you
Hilliard has taken the
doing
lead. Laps P8 now.
doing things. you
Down
Re-
in P9.
Reska. You're happy I got distracted? It's because it was you, right?
You're down in position 10.
Distracted by Reska voting for Dirt Road in every poll. So he's the one. He's the one. Okay. There's a good chance we're going to get our teeth kicked in this one, to be honest with you, chat. But we're going to have some fun tonight. Hopefully we actually get a lap in and race it. This is the car, by the way. This is PXL 049. This is our Indy car. And it's sponsored by Revco, our favorite defunct Midwest super pharmacy chain. And yeah, it's pretty dope. I actually really like how this one turned out. It turned out really nicely, actually. I like driving these cars. I like the fact that we have a painted one now, so like it's pretty nice to see it. Oh darn, that pole is leaning dirt road, eh? Okay, all right, okay, alrighty, okay, all right. But yeah, this car's pretty dope. Seeing these things up close, I showed some pictures in the Discord, but the cool thing about Friday was they were giving out free paddock passes if you had a public transit pass. So I took public transit to the race, so all I did was pull out my pass, and then I got to go look at Indy cars really up close. And in one case, extremely up close, as a member of Rahal Letterman Lanigan let me climb over the fence and look at the hybrid up close, because I asked a question as to where it was located in the back of the car. And he told me that it was in the bell housing. And I said, oh, cool. And then he went, here, hop the fence and take a look. And then he let me hop the fence and look at it. And he pointed out where the electrical disconnect and where the flywheel was. And I said, and I asked him flat out, point blank, I said, hey, are these things lemons? And he said back, nobody likes them, and hit me on the shoulder and told me to get back over the railing, which is pretty much the accurate portrayal of how people feel about the hybrids in IndyCar. They have a really questionable hybrid. If you don't know the backstory, IndyCar was supposed to put in a hybrid in the cars for the beginning of last season, 2023, and they had to 86 the hybrid at the last minute for 2023, and then they put it in. They were gonna put them in the car for 2024, and then they couldn't get it ready for the beginning of the season, and so then Honda said, "If we don't get a hybrid in this, we're pulling out." And then Honda basically held their feet to the fire and said, you're putting in a hybrid. And so IndyCar awkwardly put in the hybrid mid-season, which is like a real no-no. You don't see racing series do that. And needless to say, it went very poorly at Mid-Ohio. There was a bunch of hybrid failures. And then it went poorly at Iowa. There was a bunch of hybrid failures. And at Toronto, it was actually pretty okay. It actually went pretty okay at Toronto. But it's just funny that IndyCar tried to put in a hybrid and it sucks. But yeah, should be fun. I got to run an ad before we get going. I'm going to try and grid late so that we can get the ad out of the way as much as we can before we go racing. Luckily, it's a rolling start, though, so Where are we
This
gridding?
is 11 laps race with 20 racing. 2 minutes grid time.
Oh, we're
Godspeed.
gridding like
Gain
halfway
your
through the
iRating for
lap.
P13. Max of 3 tire sets can be used during the race.
Okay, so P13 is where we need to finish to get an iRating
100
game.
seconds to
So
gridding ends.
we will aim for that.
Fuel
We're
should
starting
be okay for this
17th.
session. About 2.317
Not the best
gallons
starting
needed.
spot. There's somebody in here with a literal 200 iRating. 261. That's pretty rough. Okay, first race. This is 11 laps, and we will do our best. That's all we can do. Just do our best. Take it easy. Be smart. Don't do anything dumb. Honestly, if I did Formula Card, it would be me. I'm right about there. I'm pretty darn close.
60 seconds left now.
I'm not that far away from that. You also wouldn't have... what is this? I think this is Class C. So if you have a C class, you can run this. A lot of my stuff... Oh, this is B class. Oh, I thought this was C. Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of this was mostly from me, me just trying to figure this stuff out. Like, a lot of my iRating on open wheel before the license split was mostly because of road course racing, with like GTs, not so much the touring car or the Indy cars or open wheel stuff. So okay, looks like we're gonna be going we're gonna be getting dirty after this one. We're gonna be racing some off-road trucks. I don't have a class. I'm still a rookie in dirt roads, so get ready to speak jumpy trucks, everybody. All right, here we go. 11 laps. The starts of these things can be pretty crazy, so I'm gonna shut up. And hopefully we don't get taken out turn 1, lap 1 by the guy with the 200 iRating behind us. All right. First race of the night. Thank you, everybody, for your support.
Pace car is in pit lane. Green light.
Reska, you're correct.
Right rear. You're clear. Right side rear. Still there. Clear. Going right side behind. Still there. Still there. Still there.
I actually saw USF Pro 2000 when I was in Toronto. Pretty neat cars. It's pretty neat. The USF and USF 2000 and USF Pro 2000 are pretty cool because if you don't know any better, they're like the same car, and they are. The only difference is the front wings and the rear wings change when you go up a class. It's actually a pretty cool concept. It's kind of like America F3, but America does have an F3 as well, so that's where it gets a little complicated. Should have saved the button for another lap, but I think I got a shot at getting by Kelly here.
Right side front. Still there. It's clear.
That's how you IndyCar. Use your push to pass, to get the run, and pass. That's how you Indianapolis car, everybody.
Position 12. Brake needs repairs.
I'll eat this as the one lap I don't hit the button because I don't have anybody breathing on me. Because,
Improving. Fastest time, 1 minute, 20.3.
hey, another spot. And we got to run.
11 currently.
Bending hard. Let him miss the corner. Oh, he didn't miss the corner. He made the corner.
Next position, we're at about 33 rating points more. Estimated ratings will be 1,029.
I'll just not even try and pass him because I have a feeling he's going to fuck up. Everybody's going to be on the button down the front straightaway now, so it's pretty much going to be negated. The push to pass isn't going to be the big killer that it normally is. Because now it's an 11 lap race. Whoa!
Going left side
Almost
forward.
missed the corner, made it. It's not the big, like, you know, like, giveaway that it normally is. This guy's gonna have a run on me.
Left rear. Still there. Clear.
There's 23. I waiting to get into position up ahead. Moving
Still
down
running
to
good.
position 12.
Yeah, 10 push to passes for an 11 lap race really knocks the strategy out of using your push to pass. I wish we had something like the system that Super Formula uses. I really like the Super Formula system, where it's 200 bank numbers or 200 bank seconds, and there's a 100-second cooldown when you're not using it. I like that system better. Hi, Mrs. Cool. Long time no chat. Hope all is good. Nice for you. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it so much. We are celebrating 150 followers. Yes. It feels like yesterday I celebrated 100, and we're up to 150. I forgot to hit the button. That's why they don't trust me with Indy cars. I forget to hit the button.
We got 9 minutes to go in this session.
Oh, Formula Student. That's awesome.
Going right rear.
That's like in America or North America, that's called Formula SAE.
That's P13. There's about 13. I waiting to get to the position up ahead.
Quicker on the button. I actually need to pass this guy because I'm only going to gain 3 I rating, and I need 4 to get back to 4 digits.
Driver ahead on track vulnerable in the next sector.
He didn't hit the button.
Right front.
That's smaller by 0.7 times.
The bummer. Formula SAE is pretty neat. It's pretty cool. It's a cool concept. They had a couple of those cars in the Midway at the Honda Indy over the weekend, and I was pointing out to my friend Dan, I was like, yeah, these are, you can go to school and race a race car.
D. Track temp has ramped up 3.5 degrees to 84 in the last 11 minutes.
And learn how to, you know, set up a race car and then get a job in racing. Out of school because you yielded a Formula SAE car.
That was a 1 minute 21.76.
I have a buddy who did Formula SAE and then went on to work for Stuart Haas Racing in NASCAR for like a decade. He left there a year ago. He moved back locally, but yeah, he chased the NASCAR dream for a decade and had a kid, got married down there, and then moved back to where he's from, and he started out in Formula SAE, which is pretty neat. Well, I don't think I'm gonna catch this guy, which means that if we're gonna end up with 9.99, I think, which is such a hilarious thing to happen.
Left central wrap. There 23 are waiting to get to the position up ahead.
Oh, we gained a spot. Something happened. We gained a spot. Okay. Neat. The thing that hits you when you see Indy cars in person, how quickly the downshifts are. Like, they sound like machine guns downshifting. It's like, boom, 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 boom. Like, it is like, they're like systematically downshifting in a way that like is unlike most other motorsports, which is really, really cool about them. I really genuinely like IndyCar. I'm known as the NASCAR VTuber, it seems like these days, but like I really genuinely like IndyCar as a series. I like how, you know, I love the tradition of IndyCar. I love the fact that it's America's open wheel series. It's like F1 but America, and it is an animal of its own with its own traditions that, you know, is well loved by so many people compared to, you know, like NASCAR is loved by so many people. Like NASCAR is still king, but like IndyCar, I think, has firmly carved out a really comfortable niche for itself, and it does have its positives. Like the Indy 500 is still maybe one of the top 5 races every year. The finishes are incredible. The racing is great in that race. I think the series is something that if you're an F1 fan, you should not sleep on. I think the drivers in it are really entertaining and interesting, apart from Santino Ferrucci. It's a great series filled with great drivers, a lot of ex-F1 drivers, Marcus Ericsson. Actually, I don't think Marcus Ericsson drove in IndyCar or in F1. No, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, what am I talking about? He did. Alexander Rossi obviously comes to mind. Romain Grosjean, the Phoenix, comes to mind. But don't sleep on the domestic guy or like the mainstays of IndyCar. Will Power, Scott Dixon, Colton Herta is kind of like the new mainstay of IndyCar who finally broke a winless streak on Sunday. I was rocking his shirt when he won. I'm not saying I'm good luck, but I might be good luck. A lot of really, really great drivers in IndyCar, and not to mention Scott McLaughlin. I mean, Scott McLaughlin did what Shane Van Gisbergen is doing in NASCAR in IndyCar years ago, a couple years ago. So it's a great championship. Do not sleep on IndyCar. Check it out if you haven't watched it. They have 4 races to go. They're off until Gateway, which I think is the 24th, the week of the 24th of August. And no, it's like the 18th. They got like ovals mostly to finish the season, which is rare for IndyCar. They usually have a shit ton of road courses, but they actually front-loaded all the schedule of road courses, and the end of the season's a lot of ovals. They go back to the Milwaukee Mile this year. They finished the season on an oval, which is something that people have wanted for a long time.
Projected P11 at the end.
It's a good series. It's a good series. All right, white flag. I'm going to concentrate, because if I get this finish where we are, we got positive I rating.
70 seconds remaining of this session.
Getting really tight through this middle section here. Driver behind kind of reeling me in, but I should be able to hold this off here.
Good push.
Yay!
That's P12.
P12, and that is enough to get us above 1,000 I rating on Formula. Finally back into 4 digits. 1 second.
You finished at 9.3 rounds. Congratulations, honey. Up to P12.
All right, that's awesome. All right, we will take that for sure. We will take that for sure. Awesome. Just give me 1 second here. I need to go for a second. I will be right back, and when we get back, we'll do some jumpy trucks. Okay? Cool. Great.
All I ever wanted was you to love me, to be the one that you could trust. Even though now we're just a memory, I just hope that was enough. Whenever you make right, don't forget me, don't forget me. Whenever I may die, don't forget me, don't forget me.
Hey, sorry about that. Had to take a look at something real quick, but we're back and we are good to go. Hey, just in time. We got 10 minutes. 10 minutes to spare. Didn't we run this race during the 100 follower thing? I think we did. I think we ended up running the same exact race with the same exact cars in the last one, so. Oh, did I scare you with the music? Okay, so what happened was I had to leave the room for a hot second to take care of a tech support thing. And I had to go leave and do that real quick. And I realized when I switched it to be right back, I didn't have anything going, so it would have just been silence. So I felt bad about leaving you with silence. So I'm sorry about the sudden rave that you had there. Apologies for that. But I wanted to make sure that there was something playing in the background, not just me just sitting here doing nothing. So the BRB rave jump scare is part of the D stream experience. It's very rare when it happens, but when it does, it happens. If you're wondering, we gained safety rating, and our I rating now on open wheel is 1008. So looking up. 4 digits. Getting there. So good to be at that number now, which is great. So hopefully we can keep it above 1,000. Okay. Here's a blind spot for me. I'm not good at dirt road. I'm just not. That tire barrier is in the air. I wish my load in happened earlier so that you could have caught that. That tire barrier was in the air. Let's
Do you want to see the results? Some race results down for you. You moved down 0 ratings to 0.
Okay, that's odd. All right, these are Pro 2 lights. They're Pro 2 trucks with limited horsepower. Bumps are a suggestion. And I suck at them for about the entire time that I drive them until 3 laps to go, and then I figure it out. So do I have a... Yeah, okay. I was smart enough to set a tear off button.
Phoenix International Raceway, 2 racing.
So if you're wondering what this is an infield road course made by iRacing for the old Phoenix International Raceway. Before they redid it twice. These trucks have, I think, 500 horsepower in 3 gears. It's meant to be a beginner vehicle, and it shows, because I am a beginner. I'm not good at this. Like, this is second gear. I'm not sure what's happening here. I think the race is 8 laps, 10 laps? I can't remember. It's short, because these laps are only like 55 or 46 seconds.
Good job. Best lap time, 49.8.
And like anything dirt road, a lot of it is just keeping it straight and keeping it together. That's the bulk of this.
Next race in 5 minutes. 12 signed up.
But yeah, I just don't race dirt road. Nothing really interests me on dirt road, to be honest with you. I don't like jumpy trucks. I don't like rallycross.
Quicker lap, 48.710.
I've never really been interested in this kind of racing. it's fun when I do it, but like it's not something
40
that I
laps
put
remaining for
in the
completion.
front of mind. The other thing too is that these races, dirt road is easily the weakest of the 5 disciplines on iRacing. It's not the most popular. People don't really run it as much as others. This last corner is gonna kick my ass every time I race here. I never know how to get around that final corner. I never know how to get around it ever.
One behind.
This thing, the front half of the track, I can nail. I know how to get around this. It's pretty easy.
Clear.
It's this back half that I'm just struggling with. I don't know where.
Down to P3 currently.
Where I'm supposed to brake, let off, get back on the gas, hold the gas. Don't hold the gas too much. I don't know what's going on. It's very
We're moving
difficult.
down to
It's
P4
very
now.
it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Okay, it's very difficult. And like the dirt's now worn in, so now it's even harder to get a grip on it that
Approximately
way. And
35 laps left.
There's one close.
really difficult. It's really hard. But I think people like to see me struggle. So you're in luck. You're going to watch me struggle. This is actually, I think this is going to split. There's 13 people registered, so I think this is actually going to split. Oh,
Right side behind.
we got the wall.
You're clear. And clear. You have one near.
We can go over those turtles. They're just suggestions, so I wonder if we should just run a
Then 3
more
ahead.
inside line through that corner. Whoop, too much brake.
We're clear.
WRC rally special at 300 followers. I mean, if you want to see me play WRC, it's going to be a really tragic sight. I'm not good at that game at all. That is D Wrecking Cars Simulator, if there ever was one. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. D and WRC would make your year. D and WRC would be very bad. I have that game. I own WRC. I'm very bad at it. I'm bad at it with a controller. I can't imagine it with a wheel. Wheel makes it easier. Is it like an immersion thing where it's like, okay, WRD? Well, we have the name for it, so now we have to do it.
30 laps remaining.
We got the name for it, so it's gotta happen at some point. WRD. It's fucking got a title. Great, let me make the graphic. Thanks, Reska, appreciate it. Does Chevrolet make any rally cars? He visits Sweden, exiled from the country for destroying countless kilometers of pristine countryside. Marcus Ericsson looking very sadly at me. Yes, that's a second Marcus Ericsson reference. Opel is kind of GM, I guess. Does that work? Yeah, that kind of works.
Did a new best lap time. 49.26.
Honestly, I would run Hyundai. I like Hyundais. I did build a Chevy in that game, and I made it kind of look like an old, like, 2012 Sonic. I built a WRC, Junior WRC car, or whatever it was. They did have a Chevy Sonic Rallycross car in Global Rallycross at one point. That was fun. I also found out that through Parties That Be that Travis Pastrana, when he was driving a Dodge Dart in GRC, that car was basically a Ford Focus or Ford Fiesta underneath it, and just put a Dodge body underneath it. Like, it was literally a Focus, but they just put a Dart body on it. And oops, you weren't supposed to know that. Also, I'm pretty sure the powertrain was a Ford powertrain. Hyundai. 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 Is that's how their commercials end, right? With like a all right. Why am I gonna look at who's in the split like it matters? We're all bad. Hyundai. That's how you're supposed to say it. Yeah, Hyundai. 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 How am I saying it right? Hyundai? Hyundai? Oh no. Geez, this is gonna be a rough stream. I have a sticker. I bought stickers at the race this weekend for my computer because I sticker slapped my computer. If you've seen it on the Discord, you've probably seen it. I've posted pictures of it. But I have all these stickers on the bottom of my computer over like the CPU or the GP or everything but the PSU shroud. And I'm actually out of space, and I bought more stickers.
Clear skies.
Because apparently I don't know how to leave well enough alone, and I bought 11 stickers to throw on this fucking case that already is sticker slapped to shit. But
started a new session.
But I bought a sticker of Robert Wickens, who, if you don't know, he was an IndyCar driver who got paralyzed from the waist down after an incident in a race in 2018, and he got paralyzed, and now he races a Hyundai Elantra TCR car with hand controls, so it's pretty nifty and cool. Oh shit, Reska on the ball. Look at this. Thank you very much for getting the poll out right away. Thank you, Reska. I didn't even have to ask for it. So, yeah, there you go. This is the poll in the chat, in the Twitch chat right now. If you vote right now, everything on there, everything there will be on the poll. Vote for what you want to see next. Looks like we're either going to get dirty or I'm going to have to put the GT rim on again and do some sports car stuff. So, one of the two. This is only a 10-lap race, so this is going to be over in like 8 minutes. So, super fast. Super fast stuff. So, I'm not good at this stuff. I'm just not.
That's the end of practice.
So, we will do our best, but I'm not good at this. But I'm in rookies, so, like, who cares? As long as I don't, like, deliberately wreck somebody. Sports car. I should do another sports stream. Maybe after the vacay, I'll do another sports. Maybe go down to the PS1 this time, because I'm sure there's some PS1 games I've never played.
This is 2 laps and 5 minutes.
Hell yeah, brother! Look at that launch. Just full burnout out of the pits. NFL Game Day? Yeah, NFL Game Day 98 was like goated. Also, that theme song lives rent-free in my head, too. I can't get through that corner worth the shit. All right, here we go. Lap 1. Second gear. That's probably first gear, actually. It's a 3-gear gearbox. It's pretty easy to figure out which one everything is. Ah, fuck. Hi, Kayla. Slap's not gonna count because we hit the wall. This is Rowley. This is Jumpy Trucks. Duck Station? I don't know what Duck Station is, but I'll check that out. Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, the Gran Turismo 7 update where the physics are all broken and everybody's just making jumpies. Looking like a bunch of puppies trying to get adopted. Alright, that's gonna count. I don't think it was very good. It was better than one person.
That's the end of qualification.
That's all that matters. I'm 4 seconds off the pace. But yeah, these are... So the thing with dirt road races and even dirt oval races is that they're very frantic, but they're also very short. So you work your ass off for like 10 laps, but those 10 laps are hard. Very, very hard. Very hard to get them to turn, you know? So it's really taxing. So I also that's why I don't like racing them. It's too much dancing around, moving around, arms shaking and everything. So okay, yeah. So judging by this poll, the poll's about half over. It looks like we're gonna go sports car racing after this. So okay. We'll see what's kicking, what's cooking. Hopefully there's TCR, because I haven't raced the TCRs since the update, and the TCRs are actually pretty good now. I'd like to do that. Scotiabank hyped by a streamer. Yo, dog, what's up here? It's your main streamer friend D, giving you a shout out to Scotiabank. Get them RRSPs, son. You can go ahead and think of all the games you could buy with your RRSPs at Scotiabank, official sponsor of the NHL, so you know it's good. Scotiabank. Do you even have that? Jaded. Where do the Toronto Maple Leafs play? What's the name of their arena? What's the name of the arena where the Toronto Maple Leafs play? I'll let you figure it out. I'll let you Google that. Oh, jeez. Oh. Well, it's not the one company that sponsors 80 million arenas in this country. It's the other company that sponsors 80 million arenas in this country. Alrighty.
Or higher to gain iRating. This is 10 laps race with 8 ready. Ma'am, 2 minutes remaining. Fuel should be okay for this session. About 0.74 gallons in excess.
All right, chat. You ready?
100 seconds to gridding ends.
The ticker's broken. Why would it work? Let's see if we can get that to work. All right, here we go.
Get ready to go.
I love this guy running the Top Gear Man Love Rules okay car in front of me.
Green, green, green.
Oh my god. We damn near whole shotted the whole field. Oh my god. What an amazing start.
We're clear.
Position 2.
And clear. Going left side behind. Still there. It's clear. Still there. Clear.
Near position 3.
Going right side mid. Clear. Right mid. We're clear.
P4.
It's clear. Going right center. Still there. Still there. Clear.
Position 3.
I feel like this kind of racing would appeal to a lot of you.
Still there.
I feel like you would enjoy this a lot more than what I normally do.
Left. You're clear. On left. Still there. It's clear.
Your position 4 currently.
Fuck, ran wide. That's gonna be a slowdown. Yep.
Love G has a slow down.
Slowdown doesn't even matter.
Well done. Fastest time. 38.5.
Yes, what Ruska said. What is this, lap 3? Yeah, okay. Whoop.
Yellow flag. On left front. Clear. Left. Clear.
Get in there. You're P2 currently.
Going left rear. Clear.
Hell yeah, we're second.
Good job. New quicker time. 36.1.
Slowdowns don't even fucking matter.
One closing in. 2 on you.
We tail slapped it.
On right side forward. It's clear. Right forward. Still there.
So dumb.
And clear.
It's good racing though.
On right forward. We're clear. Going right side rear.
You're down in P3.
Clear.
This is probably a good advertising for iRacing as a service because this is rookies.
Drop
Like,
into P4 currently.
this is what you
Stand
load
by
into
to get
if
in the
you
next position.
want to do this on iRacing. This is the first series you load into. Oh,
Clear.
missed the jump. That's gonna suck.
P5. There's about 6 high
Down to
rating get to the
P5.
next position. Number 3, Brian Dell leads.
I'm losing him now. Fuck. If you're wondering, that's dirt on the windshield or on my
Your
visor.
leader is Brandon.
And I have a button to wipe off the visor. I'll try and not wipe it off this lap just so you can see it. There we go. Over the jump.
Yellow flag.
I think I got to upshift into third earlier through there, and that's where I'm losing my speed. I don't know what kind of slipstreaming
Great. Fast. 47.4.
this racing has, but you need to get in the draft. Whatever little draft there is. There we go. Gonna get a spot here if we can play our cards right.
Incident. Right side forward and clear.
just can't maneuver. Like, it's hard, but it's clean. Like, it's actually pretty dope.
Right forward. It's clear. Right
Fuck.
forward. Clear.
Let me get it gathered. It's not fair to pass him that way. Oh yeah, there's no grip here through here now.
P6.
Yeah, we're like dead last now. What the fuck? 2 to go. We're only beating 1 car.
Gap ahead 1.5.
We're in dead last and it's still fun. I should tell you everything. That's a good sim racing experience. If you're running like in the back of the field and you're still having fun.
Slope has a slowdown.
That's left.
Yeah, they drove away from me. They got it figured out. A lot better than I did. I think you could tell that this is not my discipline. Oh, tire wall. Oh, we hit it. Oh, we got wheel damage. Damn, we really hit it.
Rocco got a slowdown.
Oh, and now we hit the wall.
Kristen got a slowdown.
Going right forward. It's clear.
Well, that went poorly.
I'm disappointed in our performance.
So am I. I'm also disappointed, Dre. Andrea, I'm also disappointed. That was wild. Racing's fun. It's hard, but it's fun. Like, stupid
Race is
hard.
over, love. We finished in P6.
Oof.
You end with 2.44 gallons.
That'll break a sweat pretty quickly, now won't it? Alrighty. What won the poll? I guess it was sports car, right? I didn't see what the poll ended with, but
Okay, here are the personal results. 0 ratings to -1. Safety rating increase 0.12 to a new level of 2.72.
they should add jumps to NASCAR. They did. It's called the Chicago Street Course. Okay, sports cars. What we got? We got P3s. We got LMP3, Ferrari GT3, Production Car Challenge at Lendenon. I don't really know that place. Ooh, okay. We're kind of in a little bit of a desert here. I don't want to race IMSA because that's kind of a longer race. What should we run? What should we run? What should we run? I guess we could run GT3s. We don't race GT3s much, so why don't we do that? And you know what? To make it even harder, I'm going to race a GT3 that I don't typically race. Let's make it fun. Let's make it real fun. Let's race a car that we don't typically race. Mostly because I saw it over the week, like last weekend, and I think it looks really cool, and I think it would be neat to race it. So, let's go race it. I gotta wait for this install to finish, and then we will pop in and do it. Come on, done. Thank you. Okay, I would like to race the iRacing. So this is going to be GT4s. So not GT3, GT4s. Now, if you're used to being here on the channel, GT3s are the Corvette that we raced, and before that, the Porsche that we used to race. Those are GT3 cars. This is GT4 cars. So these are one step below GT3. They're a little slower, not as much aerodynamics. They're mostly ran as like a support division to GT3 type championships. So like IMSA, the series that I love, the sports car series that I watch, their feeder divisions run GT4 cars. So we're going to be racing a Porsche Cayenne 718 GT4 car. This is a car that is mostly known for racing in the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge series and the IMSA VP Racing Fuel series. So this is officially the Porsche 718 Cayman GT4 Club Sport MR. That is the official name of it. But that's what we're running tonight in this race. GT3 fixed, I think, are 20-minute races, 25-minute races, maybe 30, honestly. I didn't even look. But we'll be running this next. These are kind of like other smaller, they're closer to road sports cars. They're like sports cars from the road, but with GT3 or like with like roll cages, racing suspension, racing tuning, but well within reasonable moves. Basically, if you have a track day car and you race like a strictly like a production stock car, and the next step for you to go after that is GT4. I love this Porsche in person. I think it looks beautiful. Oh, it's night. Oh, I did not know that it is at night. Oh boy. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. We're racing at night. Okay. Okay. We'll race at night. We'll race at night. I'm not seeing anybody. Okay. Here we go. So yeah, this is the Porsche. This is the Porsche 718. There's a rear engine car, like most Porsches, and I have to remember it's rear engine. The gearbox is slower as well.
Strength of field is 1,505.
Careful in 7 seconds. One
It's
involved.
very much like a momentum car. You really got to
21
be
connected. 50 minutes left.
careful with your momentum. You can't just throw it into corners and hope for the best. It's a Porsche at the end of the day. So the rears want to step out on you. You don't have the downforce of a GT3 car. You don't have the braking points of a GT3 car. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I barely race these cars. I've raced 3 races with these cars total since they come on the service. I just don't race GT4. They usually pair it with Michelin Pilot Challenge with the TCRs, and if I'm given the choice, I race TCR over GT4 all the time. So I'm not going to be very quick. I'm just telling you that right now in this. I don't know this at all. But hey, that's why we do these 150 follower streams, is to kind of, or these, milestone
Next race
streams,
begins in 5 minutes. 58 signed up.
so that we can do fun, weird streams and with weird cars like this. I did not expect this to be at night. Luckily, Barcelona is one of the few tracks on iRacing that actually has stadium lighting or lighting at night. There's a lot of tracks on iRacing that you load it in at night and you're kind of thrown to the wolves. Good luck. This is not one of them. This place actually has some lighting, which is appreciated, because it is very dark. It is very nighttime. Okay, so I'm gonna back up my braking points to like here. Okay. Brake at the 2 board.
Incident is clear.
I would brake at the bridge normally here. I don't have that downforce. I guess I'll brake before the bridge. Yeah, there. Okay, so it's before the bridge. Second light. Maybe the third light. This is what I do when I learn a car and a track like cold. I try and like piece together reference points, which might be tough to do with nighttime because they're not quite as visible. I like this Club Sport. I do like this Porsche. I think there's a newer one now in the real world, but I do like driving this one. I think it's got some slide to it. It's got some pizzazz to it. I just think it's cool that Porsche has a second sports car that they can field in series that is not the 911. It is my GT4 of choice in iRacing. We don't have the short-lived Chevy Camaro GT4, which I think is de-homologated. It's not, you can't actually race it anymore. I don't think you can race it internationally anymore. I think they pulled it doesn't meet the regulations anymore. So now it's, you know, very much Porsche territory for me.
0.33 ahead.
When I learn a track, I follow a green line on the road, and if the car is in front of me and I can't see it, I forget to brake and drive into them. So, I hate to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it. My friend insisted that I watch the Gran Turismo movie on Saturday night, and let me tell you something. That movie is so fucking bad. It's real bad. It's very bad. It's also inaccurate. Because the whole... spoilers. If you don't want Gran Turismo movie spoilers, mute the stream for about 5 minutes. The whole Nürburgring plot point happened after he finished on the podium at Le Mans. Why is that like, I get that they had to move some things around to make that movie like have a like big crux point, but like that shit happened after Le Mans. Like, Jan Marlboro is an amazing story. If you don't know the story, and if you don't know what the plot of Gran Turismo is, they did this contest called GT Academy back in, like, 2010. And Jan Marlboro, this little, like, this teenage... Well, he wasn't a teenager. He was, like, 20. From the UK. Won a contest on Gran Turismo done by Nissan to... become a race car driver, and Nissan fielded him in races. He raced in I think it was GT1, back when GT1 was a thing. He finished he ran good in GT1, and he eventually would join that ill-fated LMP1 Nissan car that they ran once at Le Mans and abandoned it. They ran a car once for one Le Mans and then abandoned the damn thing. And now I think he races in Super GT, because I think that's the only series Nissan has a factory team in now. And yeah, it's pretty dire, but it's a great story. Like, it's genuinely a really great story. It's a shame that Nissan doesn't really have a racing program outside of Formula E and Super Formula. Like, that's it. That's all they got, really. So, but yeah, it's not great. It's not great. He left Super GT some years ago. He's most recently raced McLaren GT3s and British GT and Spa 24 this year. I think Nissan dropped him like everything good they ever did. Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. Yeah, we dropped him, but hey, we'll use his name and his story for a 90-minute market or a 2-hour marketing tool. There was a lot of like really cringe sim racing stuff in it. I did like a lot of some of the CGI was cool, like where he's like in a sim race and the car gets spawned around him. I thought that was kind of cool. The details though were rough. Like, oh, I'm supposed to believe the Hungaroring is Silverstone and Le Mans. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that's pretty rough. But yeah, that movie is hot garbo. It's okay if you're like not plugged into it. Like, he loved it and it was fine. I think the engineer character was written pretty well, but like for the most part, it was pretty rough. Also, this race is only 15 minutes. It's not even 20. It's 15. Should have just been rich instead. Yeah, exactly. Could have poorly driven Lambos. Missed apexes in Lambos. But yeah, it was okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay. Yeah, go ahead and toss the next poll up. It's gonna be between dirt oval and oval. So yeah. We're moving through this in kind of a brisk pace. Pretty speedy pace. So I also love the part where like they just had like a lot of driven accidents, for lack of a better term. Like, car goes down the mall sand and fucking catches on fire, and like oh, they're driving a Dubai and all of a sudden this Lambo hits the fucking BMW GT4 car and then suddenly flips. Like, it's just a lot of like, come on, that doesn't happen. Like, for real, that don't happen. Stop. No, I don't know anybody in here. I don't do GT4, so this is going to be interesting times. Do cars crush in ways that are impossible and would have killed the driver instantly? Not anymore. Luckily, not anymore. A lot of
Mostly cloudy.
cars
75,
are
6 Fahrenheit,
not
wind air,
built
17
like
on
that
track.
anymore.
Welcome to the practice.
Luckily.
One driving. 7.4.
Auto racing's still very
We're in
dangerous.
split 2 and 3. Good
Like,
luck out there.
do not
Looking at 2
ignore
laps
the
and
fact
8
that
laps.
every ticket that you buy for a racetrack, on the fine print, it says, you know, motor racing is dangerous. And it is. Like, if you're sitting in a corner, especially a corner where you're facing the car, be mindful. Like, even as a spectator, it could be dangerous, you know, like it's, so please be careful. If you go to a race, please pay attention. You can check your phone, but, you know, be mindful that, you know, crazy shit can happen. You mean in the movie? Yeah. I didn't really understand the Shulin character. Like, it was like, why did we make the Shulin character just kind of in this movie as one of the rivals, is known as a dickhead, but like no speaking role, and just kind of sits there and is only really in it at the end when they blow up a LMP3 car that they have the nerve to call an LMP1 car. Like, explaining to my friend like the concept of prototypes, and like, oh, he's introduced to what a prototype is as it's unloaded from the car when they're gonna do Le Mans. I was just like, Man, fuck you. Like, like. A little bit of a tryout. I would like to race this Porsche more, but I just don't give GT3 the time of day all that much. So this is a good excuse to race a car that we don't race much. And it also keeps up with my Porsche arc. I'd like to keep a Porsche in the rotation. You know, I've kind of switched to the Corvette in GT3s now. But it'd be neat to have, you know, another Porsche in the rotation. Or even just bring back the GT3 Porsche and run that in, like, the International or the GT3 Endurance Series that runs every other Saturday. I was actually talking to Shane the other day in the Discord, and Shane and I were talking about maybe doing a collab and trying to find a way for him to do a collab, and I kind of threw out the idea of Shane learning how to run some GT3, and he seemed pretty open to it, but I don't think the Porsche would be a good GT3 for a stock car guy. Honestly, the Mustang, the Merc, or the BMW is the closest thing to good for him for that. So I've thrown out the olive branch of, if he ever wants to learn it, I'm down to do some more GT3 running, maybe in a car that I'm not familiar with, or too keen on. I did win a 6-hour at the Glen in the Merc, but haven't really ran it much since. Mostly a Porsche and Corvette slut now, so gave it too much gas there. God, why did they ever leave this final sector at Barcelona? Like, for real. Like, who really thought that last sector was good? This is such a better final sector. All right, we're 4 seconds off the pace, everybody.
Williams now leading. Back to P8.
I kind of got the grips of this now. A cool little car.
P10 now.
I really should race it more. I really mean that. I really should drive this car more because it's a fun car. It feels Porsche enough. Like the rear wants to swing out on you, but it's catchable. It's Porsche-y enough. Like it feels like the 911, but it's not the 911. The little plowy in spots, but I think that's just GT4. I don't think you can really get a GT4 car planted like you can a GT3 car. You just don't have the aero. But I'm confident in saying that this is probably the third GT3 race or GT4 race I've ever done on iRacing. I'm pretty sure it's like third or fourth. Like, I just do not race the GT4s very much. A lot of people need the rear wheel drive, and I get that. But like, if you give me the option of GT4 or TCR, I'm taking GTR. I'm taking TCR. Like, I am. That's happening.
We got enough fuel data.
Okay. Second lap was quicker, but not by much. It'll put us up to 12th. Which matches our car number, so that's not bad. Okay, that's something. So
Checkered flag for
I like that every race that we do, the ticker gets maxed out. Like, we just max out the entire ticker. I don't even have a car painted for this. But yeah, Gran Turismo movie, it's bad. it's bad. Don't watch it. Don't get sequestered into being coerced. So like, he was like, on Friday, he was like, oh, do you want to watch the Gran Turismo movie? And I was like, not really. I hear that movie's kind of bad. It's literally how I said it. I was like, I heard that movie's kind of bad. And then, and then I said that, and then he was like, "We gonna watch Gran Turismo tonight on the Saturday?" And I was like, okay. I mean, it's not great, but sure, I guess we could watch it." And then before I knew it, he was throwing it on and playing it, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm watching the Gran Turismo movie. And yeah, it was pretty rough. At least it was funny though, because I was just poking every hole in the plot. Like I was like, he would not be starting out in a GT3 series. He would absolutely be starting out in like a production stock series or maybe even a GT4 series. They would not be starting him out in a GT3 series. Like this is like an international GT series that's akin to like Blancpain. Like this is not accurate at all. That's not real at all. But it's fine. It was one of those dumb turn your brain off for 2 hours movies. I thought the wrecks were very reminiscent of Driven. I think it was very reminiscent of Driven in some in the accidents. But like, man, there were some bad CGI.
This is 15 minutes, roughly 9 laps race with 26 racers ready.
Oh, nice.
2
We don't
minutes
do a full
waiting.
pace lap. Sweet.
Fuel should be okay for this session, about 1.4 gallon in reserve. Keep cool, P13 to increase our rating.
That movie
100 second to
was
gridding
so
lap.
bad in the sense that when they got to the Le Mans part, it just all fell apart. Like I was willing to forgive it for a lot. Yeah, we got the old Porsche 935 Apple livery. Yeah, hell yeah. The original gay car. But yeah, I was willing to forgive it for the really questionable plot and everything, and then the Le Mans part hit, and it's like, oh, it's the Hungaroring, and I'm like, you didn't even make an attempt to hide this not being Le Mans. Like, it was rough. And then the CGI for the Mulsanne was bad.
60
Le Mans
seconds
didn't even look
remaining.
like Le Mans. I was just like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Oh my god, the pole's over and we're running dirt oval next. Okay, so that means oval will be wrapping it up tonight. Did he really jump straight into... Okay, well then I guess it's realistic. He really did just jump right into GT3, hey. I guess that's kind of just because of Nissan not having a GT4, right? I guess that probably would have
30
been...
seconds
Or would that
left.
have been before GT4 was a thing? When was GT4 started? That's my question. Because now I'm curious about that. Yeah, did they have a 370? I don't know. I don't
15
know.
seconds left now.
I don't really follow. I didn't really follow this. I only knew like the
10
broad
seconds.
strokes of it. So, but hey, you know what? It sucks that
Good
Nissan
time.
pulled out of it,
Pace car about
but
to move.
at least he is still a race car driver and he did podium at Le Mans, so that's cool. But you know, it is pretty awesome. So I did not mention the Sim Racer to him, which is like the shitty independent budget film version of Gran Turismo, but it's all in sim racing. It's really bad. So, yeah, do not watch the Sim Racer. The Sim Racer is bad. Bye, Kayla. So long. All right, so this is a 15-minute race, straight through, 15 minutes. So, I forgot to flip the timer over to time, but it's 15 minutes. It should be about 9 laps because of how long the laps are here. So, oh, we're wrecking coming to the green. All right. Yeah, that's hard. Right into a GT3 car?
Pace car in.
That's hard. And we're rolling. And I was sleeping.
Green.
And everybody's by me. How did I start 12th and then end up 18th? How is that even possible? They're gonna wreck big going into one. There it is.
Point right rear.
No, it's the cool Porsche car.
Your position 17.
Going right behind.
I should make that my
Still there.
Darlington throwback next season. A
Still there.
Porsche 935.
Still there. You're clear.
Don't.
Position 18
What the
now.
fuck? Are you kidding me?
Your position 26 now.
How?
Repairs. John Brody needs to pit for repairs.
Why would you keep it rolling? Why would you do that? Lock it down. What the fuck was that? Well, the car's hurt, so we'll keep rolling, but like this race is fucked already. Like, buddy. Like, lock it down. Oh my god. Oh my god. I almost ran into the same car again. I almost ran into the same car again.
Position 22.
We might get these spots back.
Track is clear. Yellow flag in 5 seconds.
Oh my
Run
god. This is middle split. This is middle split. Oh my god.
Right forward.
You cannot be serious. Look at this.
Position 20.
You cannot be serious.
P19.
We're gonna get these spots back. We are gonna get a good chunk of these spots back if we just keep it straight. That's hilarious. How ridiculous was that opening lap? We got wrecked and we still gained spots. Like, we're right back to basically where we were at the start.
Be careful.
Position 18 currently.
There's another one. This is funny. Like, this is just funny now. Car doesn't feel that bad, honestly. I think we kind of got lucky. We hit pretty hard, but like, it might be hurt in a straight line, but I can't tell if it is.
Tyler leads.
Up, up.
Right side behind.
Got muscled out of the way there. We have 9 incident points, by the way. Somebody got disqualified? Are you kidding me? How do you get disqualified in this? Wait, I have like 9 incident points in 2 laps. Okay, never mind. I can see it.
Good job. Best time. 1 minute 55.7. Up to P17.
Right rear. Clear.
Next position will lose us about 28 rating. P18 currently.
I might DQ out of this race, honestly. How aggressive some of these guys are being.
Point right side rear. And clear. Right front. Clear.
Left P19.
Right. You're clear.
Next position may lose us about 43 rating. Down in P20 now.
This is just funny, honestly. Like, it's not even like, I'm not even mad about the lap 1 thing. I'm just laughing at just how much of a shit show GT4 is.
Right forward. Clear.
Good job. P19.
Yeah, switch, cross me back up.
Still there. And clear.
Back to P20.
Great racecraft. One's way off.
Car behind on track. Previous lap time was a 1 minute 55.7. Good job. Up to P19.
The gearing in this reminds me of like the Audi TCR
Jody is
car,
disqualified from this session.
in the fact that like the front, the first and second gear are like barely used. Like this feels like a
All right.
momentum car
Position 17 currently.
in a way that like doesn't feel typical. But I guess it's just GT4 in a nutshell, is that it's a lot of momentum. Like it's not very much, like it's not a kind of car that you race like, well, you do race it at technical tracks, but like in iRacing, we don't typically go to a lot of technical tracks. They just aren't popular. I'm gonna need some junk to break even here. This is the only second gear corner on the whole track right here. Yeah, they're 3 seconds up and they got slipstream and I got damage, so not exactly
Great.
gonna
Back.
make any
1 minute
gains on these people in
51.746.
front, but we can try. I do like this car. I should race this more. I really should race the Cayenne more. Or Cayman, sorry. I get the Cayenne and the Cayman confused. I should really race this 718 more because it's a fun... It's really fun. Like the rear end steps out, but just enough, and it's slidey, but just enough, and it's got Porsche characteristics, which is good because it's a fucking Porsche.
Still there. It's clear. Left rear and clear. Left front.
You're moving
Would it
down
be
in
more
P18
popular than
currently.
Mission R? Probably. As someone who has friends who stack Mission R splits, probably. Handling's kind of going away a little bit now. Might have abused the tires a little much in this 15-minute race.
Projecting P20 at the end. 1 minute 55.5 last lap.
Gonna be a big iRating hit. We're still not quite at that 1500 by the end of the official season, but you know, didn't really
Is disqualified from this session.
say that. I didn't really seek out to do that tonight, but This will certainly not help. We're going to gain another spot because someone, I think, DQ'd.
Good stuff, honey.
Yep.
Up to P17 currently.
The opening lap was weird. So Dirt Oval 1, which means that it's pretty straightforward. We'll do Dirt Oval next, and then we'll wrap up the night with some oval stuff. Maybe we'll do a pair of street stock races, one oval, one road, or one oval, one. That's one spot. That's another DQ. We're gonna break even on that.
Improving. P15.
That's funny. One
Next
pavement,
position
one
may lose
dirt
that
is
side
what I meant
rating.
to say.
Estimated rating will be 1,437.
If I leave here with a 5 I rating loss, I'll take it. It's a cool car. This is a cool car. I like this. I should race this. If only I had an excuse to race GT4 more so than TCR.
Going left forward.
Tactical off track there.
Left rear. Clear.
10 seconds ahead. Good stuff. Up to P14 now.
Going left rear. Clear.
Next position may lose that side. Rating. Down to P15 currently. Next position may lose that side. Rating. Fine.
.235 remaining. So probably a couple more laps. That's all. Blew the corner. Gonna switch him up though. Good recovery. Fuck that up. just fuck that up. The car don't want a car. After a while, the tires are like, I can't car no more. You can muscle it around for a little bit, but eventually you just lose the ability to do that. When the tires do eventually bite, though, it feels really good, but... I need a few more people to incident out here.
Fastest sector. 0.4 down from your fastest lap.
Yeah, GT4 is neat. I like it, but like I said earlier, if you give me the choice of this or a TCR, I'm gonna take the TCR every time.
Track clear.
Great deer. P14 currently.
Alright, I believe this is our last lap. Yeah, it would be cool to have a longer Falcon tire series, but I guess that's just... I guess that's
We're looking
just,
at a P17 with this pace.
I'm not moving now. He can pass me a long way.
Still
Yeah, you
there.
could just take it.
It's clear.
I guess Michelin Pilot Challenges is that, but
Sector Aqua. Down to P15 now.
Or no, Falcon is GT4 LMP3, right? Yeah, they won't ever do that. The real series isn't like that. The real series is 2 45-minute races on a weekend, so I don't think you'll ever see that. Are we coming to the white, or is this the checker? No, it's the white. One more lap.
White this time.
You're vulnerable to the driver behind on track in the next sector. Improving.
Okay.
Best lap time, 1 minute 54.7.
God, that's a terrible run through that corner. That sweeping right-hander is just not efficient in anything that isn't a Formula One car.
Previous
Catalunya is
sector
underrated, honestly. I know it's probably properly rated, but it's a good track. I wish... It's in a lot of games, too, so that does help, but I don't think people give it its props as much as it should. It's a fun racetrack. It flows really well. It's got interesting corners. Like I'm not a big European racetrack person. I don't really like the Euro track standards and track limits and stuff, but like this one's pretty good. Same with like Mugello. Like I like Mugello a lot. I don't like Misano. Misano can go fuck itself, but Mugello was fun when I raced it. And Portimao's good too. Oh, we bumping and banging. Someone's getting wrecked here. Yeah, it's forcing them. No, they're gonna play nice. They actually played nice. How about that?
Love to fight another day. That's P15.
Okay,
That was
P15,
Friday.
not great. We fucking don't just stop on track, you jerk. Ugh. What are you doing? God damn it. That's a
We're approaching
4X
the
that
incident
now
limit. You're on 16
I'm gonna
incidents
get.
now.
Thank you. 16
Fourth
incidents in a
degree.
15-minute
Alright.
race.
We finished in P15.
Like, what are you doing,
You
man?
finished with 5.51 gallons in the fuel tank.
Like, don't just brake in the driving. Fuck.
Some race result stats for you.
Jeez.
You moved down 12 ratings to 1,430.
Idiot.
Safety rating decreased 0.8.
Jeez.
Lower safety rating 1.44.
Oh, I'm a 144 now. Great. I might lose my B class or my A class sports car. That's actually concerning. I actually need to work on that. Okay, that's not good. Okay. I'm a 144. I gotta fix that. Not good. Not good. I have to get that safety rating up. Cool. Thank you. Okay. Let's go ahead and luckily it's week 7. Still got some time to work on that. We need dirt oval. Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately, we got dirt midgets and rookie street stocks isn't till 9:30. So we got some time. I guess we're racing dirt midgets. I don't really I'm kind of bad at these, but it's the only thing that we got going on. So are these C class? Yeah, these are C class. So this is going to be with cautions and a feature, I guess, and a heat. Okay, well, it's something. We'll do this real quick, and then it's not going to be very good. It's midgets and Lima Land, which could be good, could be bad. I'm not very good at driving these midgets, though. It's pretty hard. These are a lot of power, not a lot of weight. So it's very much like that. It'd be like that sometimes, you know? So, shall see how it goes here. Okay. We are loading in to Limaland. So, by process of elimination, our last race of the night, ovals. But here you go. Here's Dirt Midgets at Limaland.
One car closing in. 3 behind you. You're clear.
Put it in perspective, I think I exited the pits the wrong way.
Strength of field at 1,738. Green flag at Limaland Motorsports Park. 4 connected. 44 minutes
Yeah,
left.
I did. I exited the pits the wrong way. Just tell you how little I race midgets. Limaland, what is this, like a 3/10 of a mile? Oh, this is gonna be bad, everybody. This is gonna be real bad.
Cleared yellow.
It's gonna be real bad. This has not been a really good night for me. I've not really been portrayed in a positive light tonight. I don't even have buttons for this setup. Okay. All right, let's go. All right. Okay, here we go.
Too fast.
Okay, as long as the track doesn't get this worn, we're good.
Improving. Quicker lap. 13.6. Get in there. You're P6.
All right, we're way off the pace, but okay. Okay. All right, we're kind of getting this. Oh!
Good job. New best time. 13.3.
Did I mention I'm not good at dirt? I need a tear off button. Forgot to set a tear off button. Tear off visor. Okay. All right. This is hard.
1 when returning.
It's hard.
2 when returning.
It's hard to drive.
No one behind. Beware in 3 seconds. 1 slow.
Okay.
1 behind you.
So the trick to dirt, and I remember reading this right when it came out, is
You are vulnerable to the
you want to
driver
point the
behind on
car
track
in the
sector.
direction, you want to be looking at where you want to go.
190
Whoa,
laps remaining. 11
fucking,
laps completed.
And clear.
I'm out to lunch. This is not going to end well. You want to point the car in the direction
on
of
track.
where you want to
0
go.
behind.
So it's very much point it and look where you want to go. So I'm looking for the back stretch here,
1 on the way.
front stretch here.
There are 2 on you.
Driver behind on track is faster in the upcoming sector. 40.1. Fewer laps to go. 39.2 at start finish.
Ah,
Next
I'm
race
not
begins in
good.
5 minutes. 12 registered for the race. Good job. Fastest lap. 13.24.
I'm not good at this. I mentioned I'm not good at this.
There's 1 when returning. Clear.
Going back to what DDM said, give me a B-class 1 hour, 20-minute GT4 series with a race every 4 hours on short layouts. I would love more long races on iRacing that are not on a weekend, but it seems like they're adamant about
You
races
have 39
being
minutes remaining.
on the
We're down to
weekends.
P7.
There's one near.
Plus 179 laps to go.
Too close.
I don't know how I'm
8.5
gonna do
gallons
25
left.
laps of this, to be
Down to
honest with
P8.
you all.
You're headed for P7 this lap. Improving. New quicker time. 13.1. Car behind on track is quicker in the next sector.
Okay, I think I'm figuring out the
projecting P7 now.
throttle. No, I'm not.
Good job. Best lap time.
I get like 6
12.98
laps figured out in a row and I get a good rhythm, and then the car gets upset ever so slightly, and then I can't ever get back to that rhythm.
Moving down in P9 now. 0.21 gallons on average.
Too closing.
Fuel data is valid. You're down to P10 currently. 1 down from your quickest lap time.
And clear.
Their midgets are neat.
Clayton now
They're
leads.
cool. I mean, the Chili Bowl is interesting every year, but like,
Fuel on last lap. 0.2 gallons.
I don't know how to drive this
P11
stuff.
now.
I just don't. It's not, I'm not wired to drive this. Like, I'm just not wired to drive this stuff.
Car behind on track. Previous lap time 4.4.
Chad, I don't know if I can do this. I'm trying. We're gonna have no choice. We got 3 minutes to make a decision if we're not gonna do this. But we did say
26
dirt
laps
road
down, 170
or
laps
dirt
left.
oval, and street stocks don't run until 9:30. So like, I want to keep the stream moving. So we're gonna try it. If we wreck out, we wreck out. They're really hard. Everything dirt is hard.
8.7
The only thing I
gallons left in the
feel
tank.
halfway okay driving are the street stocks, and even then I'm still kind of out to lunch.
Improving. Quicker time. 12.97.
Okay.
One closing in. It's clear.
Interval of
Okay.
10.3.
Kind of getting the hang of it, just never going full throttle.
5 laps elapsed in this stint.
Actually, this
have
is
two upon
probably
us.
the best I've driven it.
Flag clear.
It's like I need to like short the throttle
You're
cable.
level 2. The car behind on track
Like, I
is the
need to,
next
like,
sector.
Not even
Averaging
think about going
0.2
past
gallons
70%
used in the last
throttle,
5
and then
laps.
it kind of works.
Dropping to P12.
Like, I'm outrunning somebody in this practice.
Fuel left. 7.8
Granted, the
gallons.
leaderboard doesn't really matter in a dirt lobby once the track gets rubbered in like this or worn out. I really liked racing that GT4 car. I really should drive that Porsche more, because like that was fun. Even despite all the incident points, and now I'm threatening to lose my A license in sports car oval or sports car oval, sports car road.
Incident cleared. You have one closing in. None
One
behind.
thing with dirt,
One
you're
near.
always
Lap
working.
was at 13.4.
The arms are always moving.
$164 laps left.
Okay, we are gonna park it because the session's gonna go up here any second
Zero
now.
behind.
It's hard. That's heavy. That's heavy. Fun fact about this racetrack: Lima Land is owned by a school. It's owned by the University of Northern Ohio. It's called Lima Land. And the school's nickname for their sports teams are the Racers. Real story. Real story. Probably don't believe me, but real story. I'm going to raise midgets. This is going to go bad. It's going to go real bad. Certainly feels like summer in here. It's very hot. It's very, very hot. Very, very hot. So we'll do this, and then we'll do an oval race to end the night on pavement. So it'll be pretty straightforward. We are the last car in this split, and there is heats and stuff. So yeah. Ohio from Skibidi, Ohio Riz is real. I don't, what are words? None of those words are in the Bible. None of them.
Green flag at Lima Land Motorsports Park. 6 driving. 3 minutes 56.110 left. SOSR 1981. This is the top split.
Oh, I'm in top split somehow? Oh no, that's a mistake. I should not be in top split. I should not be in top split. Actually, I think there's only one split. So, yeah, it's a quarter-mile racetrack. What's the banking here? Does it list banking? I don't think... No, it doesn't ever list banking, but it's very much a... It is a tiny, tiny racetrack that's really difficult to drive, and we're going to be up against it here. This is going to be a really difficult track to get a hold of. In fact, I'm already seeing a shiny groove develop, which is not good. It's really not good. There's still another 3 minutes in this practice, so they're going to rubber it up even more. So, yay! We're going to run like shit. We're having fun tonight, though. Like, I'm not taking tonight too seriously. I'm here to have fun, and hope you're having fun with me. This night's about all you, honestly, so, you know. You know, for sure. For sure about the fun that we're having. You won't believe all the fun we're having. Just waiting for practice. I'm not getting out there. I don't want to wear myself out. I'm already tired. I'm already beat. We've had a lot of fun tonight, though. We ran some IndyCar to kick things off, and then we ran some jumpy trucks. Got our butt kicked in that. Ran GT4, and got our butt kicked in that, but that wasn't our fault. That was because, you know, somebody wrecked us. And now we're doing the dirt oval, and then when we're done this, we'll play it by ear. We'll see what we get. I might break my rule of no, of running series that don't have cautions on oval. If we have to run the ARCA car or something, then we'll run the ARCA car. But I really don't like racing races without cautions on ovals, just because I just don't like it. I just do not like that. I like a realistic race car experience of having cautions on ovals, even if they are annoying. Much rather do that. 87th are at Martinsville. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's a little much. That's a little much, Ruska. That's a little much. I might be pushing it a little bit. Doing 87s at Martinsville, doing anything recreationally at Martinsville is a little much. I'm already dreading our NIS race there in the fall because it's 50 laps longer than
Check
the
flag for the
than the
practice.
one that we had in the spring. It's gonna be rough. Okay. Time to qualify. This is gonna be super quick because there are only like 12-second laps here.
Good luck. 2 laps and 3 minutes.
All right, I see we've already worn out the groove, which is great. That's awesome. I didn't want to run there anyways.
Green flag.
Oh, that second lap
You're
feels
down in
quick.
position 10. Cell ended. Great. Another
Yay,
quicker lap
we
time.
ran
13.2
a second slower than the leaders. Just like that, we're done qualifying. A lot of waiting in dirt. And if we don't make the heat, like if we're not in heat 1, then we gotta wait. Then heat 2, we gotta wait. There was enough people, consolation, we gotta wait some more. So much waiting. Wait. Okay, I am
This is 8
in.
laps and 8 minutes. Heat 1 with 17 racers ready. 2 minutes grid.
I am in heat
Fuel
number
should be
1.
Okay. About 1.876 gallons more than needed. Gain I rating from P12. 100
Okay.
seconds to gridding ends.
There are 5.4K dirt oval I ratings in here. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble.
Pace car about to go. Pace car on the move.
If you've never seen it, the Chili Bowl is pretty wild. They race these inside the Tulsa Expo Center in Oklahoma. And they literally get like 280 cars. And they do the whole alphabet soup of there's like a Q main. And you have to run it all the way to the A main. And it's fun to watch people as they like just keep racing and racing and racing. The first iRacing midget experience was the Chili Bowl. The real one is wild. The real one is cool as hell, honestly.
Pace car back in.
Alrighty. We're gonna just fade back and let everyone go and just get some laps in, because I'm not... I think everybody makes a feature, but like... I have no business making the feature. None.
Best lap, 14.24. Well done. New quicker lap, 13.4.
I'm figuring out the top. It's not fast, but it's comfortable for me.
You have 51 seconds to go.
I'm saying that as I'm completely shitting the bed now. It's hard. Ah.
One upon you.
Chat, I'm serious. I might not actually race the feature. I'm kind of overwhelmed here.
Bring it home.
I almost got lapped in the heat. Like, that's pretty
Yeah,
rough.
too close. 3 behind you.
You picked up the pace. Good stuff, love. P9.
Well, we didn't crash, but it certainly wasn't pretty. And I'm a little worried about being out there with a bunch of people, honestly. I'm actually pretty nervous about it. Real talk, honestly. I might not race this. I really don't want to do that to y'all because it is like viewer appreciation night, but like I really shouldn't race this. I really should not race
40
this.
seconds to gridding ends.
We'll see if we make the feature. 6 to the feature. Do we have to run the
30 seconds
consi? I
left.
really hope we don't. If we have to run the consi, we'll run the consi, but I'm not going to race the feature. I'm going to get my butt kicked.
Police car about to move.
Like, I'm really going to get my butt kicked. This is hard. This is really hard. Really, 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 really
Police
hard.
car rolling.
Jeez. Okay, I'm not as bad as this guy, apparently. Oh my god, what's going on here? I should unmute chat. What the fuck
Police
is...
car entered the pit.
Mini Sector 4 is slow. That's in Sector 2.
What the hell is going on? What the hell is that? Was that like some residual beef from a previous race or something? I just was looking over and I'm just dumbfounded by what I'm seeing. I'm like, what the hell was all of that? There's people running at each other on the pace laps and shit. That was so bizarre. I was like, what the heck is happening here? I got no idea what happened. I kind of don't want to know what happened. But that was interesting. I really hope everybody saw that. I was like watching them run into one another and I'm like, odd. And then they just started wrecking each other on the pace laps. Very weird. Don't ever change, Dirt Oval. Continue to perpetuate the stereotypes. So odd. Why would you do that? Like, I don't understand that one at all. All right. This should be the end of this feature. Damn, that looks a lot quicker when you're just watching it than when you're racing it. Okay, so... if I have to run the LCQ solo, it's going to be a dreadful time. 4 to the feature.
This
I'm
is 10
in
laps
this.
and 10 minutes. consolation with 17 drivers racing. Honey. This is 10 laps and 10 minutes. Consolation with 17 ready. 2 minutes grid time. 2 minutes gridding time. Positive iRating gain starts from P12. 40 seconds to gridding end.
Okay.
P12 or higher to increase iRating.
Dead last. I am dead last right now. If
Pace car about to go.
I'm going to make the feature because there's 4 of us in here and 4 make the feature. I was going to say, I'm going to run the consolation. And I still feel this way. I think I'm going to run the consolation and just park for the feature. I'm not too confident in this. And I don't want to ruin somebody's night by wrecking them when I don't have experience. I'm being very mature about this. So I think that's my plan. I'll run the consi here. I'll run this 10-lap consolation, and then we'll duck out and go race something else to wrap up the night. Just because I don't want to come in here and wreck somebody. Like, I just don't want to do that to somebody. Because I don't like it when it happens to me. I don't want it to happen to somebody else. So, I'll run the consolation. Everybody's making the show anyways, so I'll do that. Sorry, chat. Just midgets are a little too tough for me to drive. So we'll do that, and then we'll go race stock cars to end the night. The irony kind of is that I'm kind of picking it up by the end, but I'm not confident in doing this on dirt. I just don't do it often enough.
1 minute 49 still of this session.
Like, I'm firmly dead last at a quarter-mile track. It's just not the best recipe for success here.
Number 10, Ward takes the lead. Target fuel burn 5.127, so you're safe by 1.1.
It's really funny when it tells me fuel burn numbers in a dirt midget.
1.34 in
Oh,
front.
there's the wall.
Beware.
Cubit takes P1.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not running the feature.
Seconds remaining in this session.
I just don't have the ability to adapt. Like, I've tried to adapt multiple times to running dirt oval, and like, they did a big refresh like a couple years ago, and I've never gotten back used to it. So we'll call it there for dirt oval tonight.
That's P4. Solid stuff.
Yeah, that's what it is. It drives so differently than anything else. Nothing's like it. Even rain, when I thought rain
Well
came
done,
in,
darling.
it
Up
would
to
be a
P4.
little bit
This
similar
is
to it,
25 laps.
but not
With 17 joined.
quite
2
like
minutes
it.
remaining.
So,
Play it safe. We come home with 6.73 gallons in the fuel tank.
like, I thought it would be
P12 to increase
close
iRating.
to what dirt oval is, but even that isn't. So, yeah. D-Class Milwaukee Mile. Yeah, I think we're going to ARCA to wrap up the night. 40 laps at the Milwaukee Mile. It's not my favorite combo, but I'm very good at Milwaukee, so I'll sacrifice a D-Class ARCA race at Milwaukee to race Milwaukee. I like Milwaukee, but D-Class with no cautions is pretty rough. But I feel like the pros outweigh the cons in this situation. We don't really run the ARCA car all that much. We mostly run Gen 4 if we have the choice, but ARCA's fun. I just don't like the fact that there's not cautions, but we ain't got a choice tonight. What we got. We'll wrap up the night, and then I'll raid you over to somebody after this is done. Should be like, what, 20-minute race? Not even? No cautions, 40 laps. Yeah, it'll be all right. So we'll do this. I love Milwaukee. I'm very good here, or at least I used to be really good here. Flat tracks are kind of my jam. I really like racing on flat tracks, so this should be pretty good. Shane, you just made it. We're wrapping up the night by running some ARCA at Milwaukee, because that's always a good lineup. ARCA at Milwaukee. You missed us for racing a dirt midget very poorly. Here we are. It's Milwaukee. All right.
Grid done.
Strength of field round 1,564.
Let's try this out.
One behind.
Welcome to West Allis in USA. Now racing.
Am I still
37
running my
minutes left.
Kenny Wallace Stacker 2 car that I painted once? I think I am. Oh, I gotta get used to where the rev chip is again. Okay. Alright. ARCA car. Haven't driven in a minute. Milwaukee. Haven't driven in a minute. The rev chip's super early in this car. And the setup appears to be pretty damn loose here. And it's... What the fuck is this setup?
Hazard.
Oh my god, I turned into a friggin' rookie all over again. Okay.
Front outside. Clear.
Okay. Milwaukee Mile. Fun fact about this track, it's over 100 years old. It's back on the IndyCar schedule this year, which is exciting because IndyCar deserves to go to more ovals, and this is one of them. This is a really neat little racetrack. Hey, Connor Mosack joined this practice.
We're moving down to T30.
That's weird. Connor Mosack. As in NASCAR driver Connor Mosack. Milwaukee's interesting and fun.
Yet
It's
another quickest. 32.34.
It's kind of like New Hampshire, but
Right now, position
the
17.
bottom groove is the groove instead of New Hampshire. New Hampshire, like the middle groove is the groove. Here it's the bottom. You really do want to be at the bottom. This guy's running a friggin' Darrell Waltrip Western Auto Parts America car, and it looks dope as all hell. That car slaps. Well done. That car is chrome as fuck, and it looks great.
Still there.
Growing up, that was one of my favorite liveries in NASCAR. One of my favorite schemes in NASCAR was that Western Auto Parts America car as a kid. I loved that fucking Darrell Waltrip car. In fact, you may have noticed it's got chrome numbers. That's the inspiration for the chrome numbers on the Chuck's cars.
T16 now. 0.1 ahead.
Was Darrell Waltrip's Western Auto cars back in the day.
Fuel data is now valid.
That's why we ran chrome
Let's
numbers
race for 5
on the
minutes.
Chuck's
43
cars
registered for the
because
race. You're down
it's-
to T17.
it's a nod to Darrell Waltrip. It was one of my favorite drivers growing up. Even though I watched Darrell Waltrip well past his prime,
Projected P16 now.
I loved his cars. When he had the Western Auto sponsorship, I loved it. Like, all those cars were so dope. The chrome car that he ran in like
You're moving down to T18. Target fuel burn
96, 97.
0.875. You're Stay by
that banned
0.04
chrome
gallons
for a
per
while
lap.
in NASCAR
You're down to position 19
was one of my
now.
favorites back in the day. I loved Darrell Waltrip liveries.
Flag clear.
Sector was fast.
Everyone's kind of struggling with turn full, like exit of the corner, because it is pretty loose on the exit of the corner,
Point one down from your last lap time.
but should be fine. As long as you don't get knocked out of the way, you'll be all right.
Attack the car ahead on track in the upcoming sector.
Car inside forward. Still there. We're clear.
Close to 75
Whiskey
laps
River. I
now.
wonder if Dale Jr. still owns that place. If that place is
Outside
still
forward
around.
and clear.
Whiskey River was a bar
For your
that
inside
Junior
number 36. Ahead of that
basically
has a low iron
constructed
wall,
or bought
665.
in like 2010 and is like an original iRacing sponsor.
Outside behind. It's clear.
And I don't know if they still,
Attack the driver ahead on track in the next sector.
if they
Inside
are
behind.
still a thing for one, and two, if
Still there.
Junior still has anything to do with it. I bet you it's closed a long time ago, and they just never removed it from the paint shop. I wouldn't be shocked if that's the case. Like, that screams like iRacing paint shop in a nutshell. Nope. Looked like I ARCA braked into that weekly.
Car outside rear. Clear.
You're down in P22.
Alright, we'll just hang tight. I'm really, really sweaty, chat. Hot. It's very hot. Very hot and sweaty right now. And it's gross and bleh. Black. Ugh. I don't like being sweaty. It's gross. I guess that's why I don't like going outside all that much. It's because bleh. It's very hot. But yeah, by the way, little channel update. Sunday, 10 a.m., IMSA Endurance Series. If you are missing racing because of the Olympic break, after the Spa F1 race, we will be
Plus 70 laps remaining.
basically, well, we'll be like halfway through Spa, but IMSA Endurance, Ryan and I are running that. We're at Fuji Speedway, which I like Fuji, so that'll be fun. On Sunday, there'll be the last chance to see me for like a week and a half. So if you're interested in that, hit that follow button. Get notified when I go live. And I will let you know when I go live. I will be live on Sunday morning, and then it's vacation time for me off stream. I know it seems kind of weird because I did take a lot of vacation the last 2 weeks, but I didn't really take a vacation from streaming, apart from the weekend streams, but some of those got rescheduled to end of the week. So basically, I'm going to be taking next week off. So good recharge of the batteries, because again, like I've said before, and like I said again, also, hi Minnie, how you doing? Love you, smooches. I have a really packed end of the season for NIS. We run from August 3rd straight through to like November 5th with like no off weeks. So I want to be nice and rested up for that. That's basically the stretch that we had to start the year, just at the end of the year. So it's going to be really tough, really hard. And I want to make sure that I'm rested up for that, because it's going to be a really long stretch of races there. So because we've ran 21, 22 races. I think we ran 22. And we are going into the final 14 races. So that'll be 14 straight weeks, which basically is 1 or 2 races longer than the stretch that we had to start the season, which was, I believe, 1 to 12. So a lot of races on Thursdays. There's going to be one Saturday there where the Bristol Night Race will run on a Saturday, but lots of races to come on the channel. And then by the time we get that all wrapped up, it'll be winter season, which is kind of more laid back, a little bit more fun. You remember in Pokemon when Ash failed at the Pokemon League for the first time, and then he went to like the weird Island Pokemon League and he won the Island Pokemon League? That's basically what the winter iRacing series is that it's basically the Island Pokemon League where they ran into that other guy who replaced Brock. Anybody remember that? Am I the only one bringing that up? I don't know. I'm in top split. This sucks. I have a similar iRating to Connor Mosack, which is kind of funny. Because Connor Mosack is an actual NASCAR driver.
Strength of field is 2,819. Clear skies above, 80.3 Fahrenheit. In air, 111. On track. This is Milwaukee Mile 2 racing. 1 minute 58.4 left. Sweet, this is the top split out of 3.
Now, granted, Connor Mosack is an 18-year-old child, but he's still just slightly better than I am. You would think that I would have a chance to beat Connor Mosack in this race. However, I've been sim racing longer than Connor Mosack has been alive. So, real stat. I'm old. This is gonna be rough. But also, if you just got here, these races are caution free. These are ARCA is a caution free series, so we do not have the benefit of caution periods. So we have what we got. No cautions. So it is going to be really, really difficult. If we get in an accident, we're kind of screwed. No cautions to get caught up, no cautions to get fixed. But it also means that this race will run very quickly because there won't be any cautions. So it should be about a 22-minute race, 21-minute race. And after that, we will send you off to somewhere. I'm not sure where we'll send you. I think Cass is still streaming, so maybe we'll send you to Cass. She's playing Gran Turismo 7. We can watch all the cars jump around like it's a House of Pain video. None of you know what that is.
Practice is completed.
Okay. Let's qualify. I really genuinely like the Milwaukee Mile, though. I wish NASCAR went here with the Cup Series, but they don't. It would be really cool if they did. Milwaukee's a really fun racetrack. I really like it. It's like New Hampshire, but
Train
with
for
the bottom
first and
groove
everything
actually
back.
working.
It's 2 laps and 5 minutes.
All right, let's qualify. Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. Battle me, it's a sin. All right. It's loose on exit.
Green lights.
Mostly because of the track temp. However, it can't hurt you too bad because this is like a learning car. This is the first like non-starter stock car that people will drive. So it's designed for you to not be able to really spin it. It's got low horsepower, and because it's got low horsepower, it's got low torque, which means that it's fairly easy to drive off the corner. I'm not good. Connor Mosak outqualified me by 4/10.
Best position for.
Maybe that kid's good or something. Maybe he should go race real NASCARs. Oh wait, he does.
We're moving down in position 6 now.
I don't think this will be quicker because I kind of blew turn 3. Nah, I wasn't. It was not. It's holding up at 6th, but it's not.
You have 3 minutes
I've had
7
better.
left of this session.
I've had better laps, but
That's the end of qual. Northcat is now
oh,
leading.
thank you, Atreus. Yeah, we're running Arca because there's nothing really that fits, and this is the end of the night. That was the last race of the 150 follower stream. Thank you very much for getting us to that number, everybody, by the way. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for your support. A lot of you have supported me for a long time. Some of you have just started supporting me, and thank you very much for all your support. I appreciate it so much. I had a big spiel at the beginning of the stream, but the fact that y'all entertain me and allow me to come into your lives and entertain you with my stupid pixel race car bullshit is super awesome, and I thank you very much for that, because to be fair, it's kind of funny, you know, a lot of my mutuals outside of the sim racing space play a lot of casual games, you know, like there is a lot more casual, laid back, story driven games that y'all stream, and then there's me with my, you know, kind of competitive, taken somewhat seriously racing streams. I mean, like tonight we're pretty laid back because I kind of accepted that I was going to have a little bit of a bad night racing, but that's not the problem. That's not why we sought out to do this. Like, we did this to celebrate getting to 150, which is wild when you think that we started at the beginning of the year, like with like, I think I had 12 at the beginning of the year, and now I have 158 followers, which is wild to think that that many people are interested in what I do. It's humbling. It's very humbling, but the fact that that many people are interested in what kind of racing I do and check me out every now and then, or throw me on in the background, or, you know, watch intently, is just honestly super awesome. And the friends I've made in the last year just doing this VTubing stuff is incredible. I had a conversation with ex coworker yesterday, and I had a really, really good conversation with her. We met up for dinner after work last night, and I was talking about how I'm out to her, and like I was mentioning, you know, this VTubing and the VTubing and the outfits and the models and everything. It gives me a chance to express myself in a way that I can't. But it also has allowed me to see people who are interested in me.
This
They're
is
not
30 laps
interested
race
in
with 21 racing. 2
something
minutes grid.
that,
Increase
like,
our I rating from P13.
Okay, I gotta finish
Max of one
P13
tire
here.
set can be used during the race. Fuel should be okay.
People aren't
About
interested
2.21
in,
gallons. More in tank
like,
than needed. 100 second to gridding in.
Andrea, I'm talking. Okay. People aren't interested in, like, my league or a service I provide or, you know, like anything like that. They're interested in me. They're interested in what I am and who I am and what I like. Like, they're not here for, you know, some benefit to them directly. Like, people are here because I'm entertaining and, or I'm at least a hate watch. I don't know, but people watch me, and it's really endearing and awesome when I get messages on
60
Discord from
seconds
people, or like our Discord pops off with like, hey, look what I found, or hey, did you see this, or conversations about stuff like, you know, like fashion or like college football or wrestling or, sports or racing. Like, the fact that we are able to have a community that's all like close knit about topics like that, kind of like a weird tomboy trans area
30 seconds
that's
left.
kind of fluid and fun, and I love it. And it's the perfect amount of femme and the perfect amount of mask, in my opinion, right now, and I'm happy with it. The fact that there's a group like that, we have a Discord that
15
we're
seconds
able to
left,
do all
Ma'am.
of that with is super awesome. And
10 seconds.
I'm honored that all of you
5 seconds.
are a part of it,
Pace
and
car about to move.
you continue to support me. So thank you so much. We do not get the ability to pit in this race. We can't change tires, so there's no point in pitting. The only reason why we would pit is if the car's got damage. Hopefully the car doesn't have damage. I am worn out though. This is the 5th race of the night, so we don't typically run 5. So yes, I'm pretty sweaty and tired, but I like doing these once every 2 months or so, it seems. And hopefully we'll be doing the 100 or the 200 follower stream before you know it. Alright, so this is 40 laps, straight shot. No cautions. Just staying green. So if you see an accident, it doesn't matter. We stay green. Okay? So we got to be alert, be smart, and see what we can do. This is going to be a pretty crazy opening lap. Luckily, everybody here is pretty competent, so it shouldn't be too stupid. It's not bottom split, it's top split. So it's the best of the best who are running this time slot right now. So that's good.
Pace car in. Green, green, green.
Oh, that rev chip is so early in this car.
Car outside behind. Still there. On outside
Never
forward,
mind.
You're clear. Car outside forward. You're clear. Car outside front. Outside 2. 2 outside. Still there. It's clear.
That Mopar car in front of me is... Oh, never mind. We're dead. All right. That was
12 seconds to the box.
Getting to
that
the
was
top
early.
car, Plus 1 screen.
Mark.
That was real early. So what happened here? Did he just lose it? This camera pack sucks. I can't see shit. Okay, there we go. So I'm in the Stacker 2 Kenny Wallace car because... Also, this is the bad Stacker 2 Kenny Wallace car. I painted a better one of these.
John got repairs.
So that was dumb. Yeah, this is ARCA. You kind of expect, you kind of know what you're getting when you run this, so...
Schwartz needs to pit for repairs.
Yep, he just over-rotated it. He cooked it, and... Yeah, there's nothing I could do there. Oh, we have a fast repair. Oh, shit. I forgot about the fact that we have a fast repair.
21.
3 on track.
Okay, we need to get back out here. I forgot about the fast repair. Also, Landon Huffman's in this race. Okay.
On outside behind. Still there.
Okay, well, we're back out here. We can't really do anything, but maybe if more people wreck, we can pick up some spots, so... Actually, this is actually basically a glorified practice session now, so we could just chill and shoot the shit. But, like, legitimately, I'm honored by all the support that, you know, people give us, or give me, and the
1.1 laps
the
ahead.
community that we've been
Improving.
able to build is
20
super awesome, and I'm super proud to be a part of it. And you know, all of y'all who give Ryan, even like Ryan Atrius in the chat, like Ryan isn't a VTuber. Ryan is not a streamer, but like the fact that people are super awesome to him whenever we do IMSA Endurance, which again we're doing on Sunday. Sunday morning. Like the amount of people that are like awesome to Ryan and like totally are just like, oh yeah, Dee's got a teammate. That's Ryan. Like people have been super awesome and supportive of Ryan, and it's great. And even like going back to the 6 hour when we had Ryan, Aspen, and I in a car, like it was a lot of fun to be able to do that too. So like I appreciate that everybody's been super cool and
32.26.
everybody is supportive of everyone here, and I love that, and I want to keep that as much as possible. I don't like getting too heavy on stream, but like we got like personally, like myself, like October or November of last year, it was more November of last year, I was really depressed. I don't really talk about it much on stream, but like I struggle with depression an okay amount. It's been better. I have my good days and my bad days, and like a lot of it is dysphoria based, to be honest with you. But like VTubing has been such like, and all of y'all have been such a motivating factor and been awesome to me in conquering that, even if it's just for a few hours, a couple nights a week. It's awesome to be able to be myself, and it's not the like, it's not what I, it's not the like end all main goal for myself. I have higher expectations down the road one day, but like for now it's enough, and I'm happy with it. And I've struggled with that depression for like a while now. I still have bad days. Like I had a bad day on Monday, to be honest with you. But luckily, I've been able to get better about handling these days. Hey Patchwork,
34 laps remaining.
how's it going? Glad you can make it. We're just about wrapping up though. We got wrecked on lap 1 of this ARCA race, and there's no cautions, so we gotta run it out
Number 4.
with the promise of maybe someone else will wreck out, and then we can steal some spots. So, but glad you can make it. Patchwork is an OG. Patchwork is pretty awesome. Patchwork has been here since pretty much the beginning, so
15 minutes still in this session.
big fan of Patchwork. Patch is great. Yeah, if we didn't get wrecked, we probably would be running top 10. We'd be outrunning Connor Mosack. We're outrunning Landon Huffman. Landon Huffman is a short track racer in North Carolina who has a YouTube channel. That's actually pretty cool. He's sponsored by High Rock Vodka, and he races in something called the Cars Tour, which is this awesome late model stock series in the Carolinas and Virginia. Those are some banger races whenever I watch the Cars Tour. I think they're racing tonight, actually. But Cars Tour is dope. That is like the most pure stock car racing around right now. It's a late model series that's owned by Jeff Burton, Dale Jr., Kevin Harvick, and I want to say Steve Letarte, but all 4 of them own it. And it's pretty amazing racing. Like I've watched some Cars Tour races, and every time I watch them, I go, why don't I watch these more? This rules. So, like, it's debating getting the Flow Racing subscription so I can watch more Cars Tour. It's that good.
Ahead 1.1 laps.
But, like, it's just really good hard late model stock racing, and Huffman races in that. He also has a really good YouTube channel where he kind of talks about short track racing and his escapades in it, and he's a genuine, he seems like a genuinely good guy. I should have said something, but I didn't want to be a fan MB. I didn't want to MB out, fangirl out about Landon Huffman and Connor Mosack. Connor Mosack, I think he races in MX-5s. He races in MX-5s, and he also will be in a Xfinity car for Junior Motorsports at Watkins Glen in September, because he just turned 18, like this week. He's good. Connor Mosack's good. Connor Mosack might be a problem one day. It really sucks to be outrunning guys on the lead lap, but hey, that's racing. So, we're going to fall below 2200 I rating on this one. The whole night has been pretty much a net negative, but hey, that doesn't matter. We're here for fun. So, I'm having fun. I hope y'all had fun tonight. That's what it's all about. This is why we do it, right? Like, we do these races to have fun. Like, you allow me to cosplay as a race car driver, and that's cool. So, thank you very much for that. We do have to run an ad, by the way. So, I'm going to go ahead and run that now. Because I can't really snooze it to the end of this one. It's not going to time out in time, so let's go ahead and run that out. Sorry about the ad. Alright, we're in ad break. Subs, just want to tell you, thank you very much for your support. Even if you're using an ad blocker, thank you very much for your support, subs. It's not a lot, but it's cool that you do it, and it's not like my living, but I appreciate all of you who make that possible and are willing to give me, you know, a little bit extra. So thank you very much, and it is very much appreciated. The fact that you use your disposable income to support me is super humbling, and I'm eternally grateful for your support. I mean that. I like, I'm not just saying that. I mean that. That's super awesome. So thank you.
20 more laps left. Power cut on track. Last lap time.
All right,
32.
we're at halfway of this race. We're now 19th. We need like one more car to drop out before we can get some, before we don't lose our 2200. That's pretty much firmly where I am. I don't think I'm going to get much better. I don't think I'm going to get much worse. Firmly like a 2200 I rating driver. And I'm okay with that. That's a good sweet spot. I had to kind of like right side it because I didn't really race officials until like November of last year. And once I started doing so, I was kicking everyone's ass at like 1400. That like, but not winning. I was just finishing in the top half of the field. That like, I just quickly got back up to like where I should be, and this is pretty much where I should be. 2200 is pretty confident, pretty comfortable. Firmly in Division 3 of NIS points. Like it's pretty all right. It's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. You know, the scale goes so high at a certain point that, like, you know, I met a person at Toronto over the weekend who was a 6,000 I rating. That's a weird conversation when somebody was eyeballing my phone. There was this Caribbean guy behind me at Toronto, and he was like, I'm not going to imitate his accent, but he was like, oh, that's Discord. I know that's Discord. I could see it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm just, you know, I'm posting updates in my Discord. And he's like, yeah, me and my sim racing club, we do that. We do the Discord. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, cool. What do you do? iRacing? He's like, no, set of course. And my son does the iRacing. In fact, you should meet my son. And before I left, he required me to meet his son in a really awkward conversation where his son and I basically had to talk for like 3 minutes, and I was like, your father says that you're a pro license. And he's like, I'm not a pro license, I'm a 6,000 I rating. And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, I work with Casey Kerwin. And I'm like, cool. That's great. Hey, I'm gonna go. And he was like, yeah, me too. And then we both walked away. It was really awkward. And his dad was watching us the whole time. I'm like, can we not do this conversation, please? Like, please? Like, he's like, what's the name of your team? I'm like, it's Pixel Car Racing Team. Oh, cool. What's your name on iRacing? I'm like, it's not important because my visuals here don't match my visuals there. There's just the car stopped in the top row of the racetrack. It's just parked on track.
Up to P18.
Not going anywhere.
With this pace, we'll end up in P18. Interval in front 28 seconds. Next position
But yeah, it was like really
center
awkward.
rating.
And I was just like, can we not do this, buddy? Like, please. I had a lot of like really awkward conversations in Toronto. Like, not to get heavy again for a minute, but like I had a lot of like he spawned out. They finally kicked him off track. I
We have approximately 12
I
points
saw
left.
so many pride flags in Toronto, and it was super awesome, and it was great. But like, it also just bummed me out for how little pride flags I see where I live. And I was just like, ugh. Yeah, right. That sucks. This is what it could be like, but no. It's like this instead. But I guess that's just life. I don't think we're going to gain much more than the 18th. I think we're going to finish about here. Shame we got wrecked on lap 1 because it basically derailed our entire chance of running good. But whatever. It is what it is. I'm not, like I said, going into tonight, I'm not too concerned about all that stuff. Came in here to have fun, and even though we ran like crap in like 4 of these 5 races, we've had fun. I've had fun. I think we discovered the Porsche GT4 is actually a lot of fun to drive, and we might have to race that more. The IndyCar is still very good. And I don't know how to drive a dirt midget. There you go. That's what we've learned from tonight. Just gonna wrap this thing up, and then I will be taking a shower and heading to bed. We will be back at it on Sunday. Like I said, IMSA Endurance Series at Fuji Speedway. Ryan and I, Sunday morning. If you want to watch me, that's going to be your last chance for a little bit, because after Sunday, I will be taking a complete week off. I won't be back until the following Tuesday for TNI, setting up the Richmond week. Yeah, we have a lot of fun planned for Sunday. Gonna have some last day of school vibes a little bit, and then we'll be back after vacation and ready to go for the entire NIS season, or the rest of the NIS season. We got a lot of good racetracks coming up in the next few weeks after the Olympic break. We got Richmond, we got Michigan, we got a Daytona in there, we got Darlington, we got Atlanta, go back to Kansas again where we got a top 10. Bristol, 100% distance. We got a pole there in the spring. Like, Watkins Glen is coming up. That's a road course. That's fun. We got a lot of really, really fun racetracks coming down the pike to wrap up the season. Some places we've been to before, some places we haven't. Like Homestead. We haven't been here. We haven't been to Homestead, Miami yet. Maybe the best oval on the NASCAR calendar to some. I would put it in my top 5 for sure. But a lot of fun racetracks down the way. Hopefully you can join us for that in NIS starting in a couple weeks after vacation. So I'm looking forward to that. Vacation will be good. I know I've been off out and about, but like a vacation from streaming, like, you know, not scheduling, not working on stuff, not making outfits or anything. I think I will do good with that, and it will be a good rebound and good setup for the remainder of the year.
We have roughly 5.9 laps left.
So I'm looking forward to that. I think we're gonna finish 18th, chat. I don't think we're really gonna move much. We will save a little bit of I rating or safety rating. We will stay above 2200 at this rate, but it's certainly not pretty tonight. But that's okay. We kind of expected it to not be pretty tonight.
Delta time in front over 5 laps, minus 2.97.
It's a shame though, because I like Milwaukee. I really like Milwaukee. It's one of my favorite racetracks on the service. Even if it looks very old. There's a car pitting. That's a spot.
Car outside rear. Still there. We're clear.
Good stuff. P17. Mozart needs repairs.
Car outside behind. Still there. Clear.
Three to go? 3 to go.
Approximately 2.9
It's 2 to go
laps
for the
left.
leader, though, so... As long as we can avoid not going 2 laps down, I'll be happy. All right, 2 to go. This guy in front of me
35
might
laps
be
the last
drunk.
in this distance so far.
Might be drunk on all that Budweiser on the car. Well, he hit the wall there. It's very bizarre.
One more lap.
All right, 1 to go. We will finish 1 lap down. But at least we ran around somebody for 40 laps. Sometimes you can get bored and just run by yourself, and it's no fun. At least we had a little bit of a rabbit to chase with this 8 car in front of us. Alrighty, P17 on the night. Not the best, but hey, it wasn't worried. We weren't worried about finishing position. We were here to have fun, and we certainly did tonight, everybody. Certainly did. Yeah, I missed the old Budweiser bow tie logo too.
Good push.
They kind of went back to like the old 90s look now, which is kind of weird. Everything old is new again, I guess. But yeah, P17 not great, but hey, we kind of were accepting that we were gonna run like butt after getting wrecked there on the opening lap. So okay, yeah, let's wrap this up. Thank you everybody for your support I've always appreciated all of you, and how much you've meant to me in this crazy adventure that is streaming, not full time, but often enough. It's a steady hobby. Um, since the beginning of the year, I've really grown as a streamer and also as a person, and being more comfortable in myself and more comfortable in who I am, and not shying away from the things that don't portray me as femme is cool too. Like, I'm very nuanced and different, and I don't want to say strange, but like I'm very much like wired in a way of, a lot of people might look at me and be like, "Oh, they're a girly girl," and "Oh, makeup and clothes and blah blah, and music and all these things." And to an extent, that is true. But like, there's still a part of me that's like, "Yeah, bro, let's go, dude." Like. So the fact that most people here kind of understand it and kind of can recognize the duality of it is awesome, and it's super appreciated, and I'm forever humble and grateful for all of your support over the last 7 months, and hopefully a lot longer, because I appreciate it very much. I wouldn't be doing a lot of this to this extent if it weren't for all of you. So thank you very much for continuing to bring me into your lives and to not stay strangers. So thank you so much. We're gonna go raid somebody. Who we raiding? Who are we raiding? Who are we raiding? Who are we raiding? Who are we raiding? Damn, everybody's like raiding tonight, or everybody's like streaming tonight. We got Beepers streaming, we got Inksy streaming, we got Frankie streaming, we got Hype Stark streaming, then we got Nova and Pulse streaming, Cass is streaming, Rhino streaming, Aerotech streaming. Damn, we got a lot of people we can go raid. Yeah, let's keep the sim racing stream going. We will go raid Cash. She's doing GT7, Gran Turismo 7 tonight instead of doing the iRacing or something else. She's doing the console stuff. She's doing the GT7 stuff. Like I said before, and like I said again, I will be back at it next Sunday, or this upcoming Sunday, with Ryan for IMSA Endurance, and then I'll be taking vacation. So yeah. So thank you so much for all your support. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, genuinely. Thank you so much. And let's go see what Cass is up to. Okay? All right. Fantastic. No top 10s. That's okay. It doesn't matter. We still had fun. So, yeah. Let's go see what Cass is up to. And I'll see you on Sunday. Good night, everybody.